The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. New York's #1 hip-hop podcast is back on deck for episode 63. And if you can't tell by the stickers or the signage behind you, we are the Rap Roundtable.
Or the hats.
Oh, yeah.
Dig.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the people who cop. This is episode 63. You know, I'm excited to be here.
Yep.
It's good to have the table filled with people. We've been playing some patchwork lineups recently. Everybody's missed an episode except for Sin recently. You know what I'm saying? But
Iron Man.
I'm due for a day off.
that's a fact. You know what I mean?
That's
dropping 30s and 40s.
It's really good to be back. It's good to see the people on the internet responding to what we do as always. You know, and real quick before we continue, do the introductions, all of that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the Rap Roundtable. Especially when you tune into these videos. As soon as you press play, just go straight to the like button. Don't waste no time. Go right there, play, like.
Because we know you like it.
Exactly.
Love it.
On front.
We're telling y'all a secret. Each like boosts the algorithm and feeds this pod to even more timelines. And we're trying to expand the reach of the Rap Roundtable because there's a lot of bullshit shows out there. They don't do what we do at a high level. And we need to get the message out there as far as possible. So like, share, and subscribe.
Believe that.
Tonight, as always, we got the lineup. Consider Rap Snob to my left.
What up, what up?
Dini the Balance.
May the force be with you.
Mase, no longer the voice of the young people.
The voice. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Just the voice. And for 63, we have a very, very, very special guest tapping in with us. We met this man at a hip-hop event late last year.
Thanks.
Cool dude. And it was like, this is an interesting cat. I tell the truth. He said, yo, I'm listening to my mixtape. Rome Streets was like, yo, you need to listen to Ace's mixtape. And I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm always afraid to listen to niggas' mixtape. Because it be some shit.
It don't always be hot, man.
Then I'm on the Conduit in Queens playing this shit. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy is fire. I immediately run to the group chat.
Sent that in.
Yo, y'all got to listen to this
He's not
tape
lying at
right
all.
now. I'm not lying. Y'all can listen to this tape right now. But enough of the bloviators. Very special guest, Ace SL. Welcome to the Rap Roundtable, family.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate the intro too.
Yes,
That was
sir.
very nice.
It's the truth, bro.
I appreciate that.
Shit was fire.
You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Twitter, we see y'all. The numbers are increasing. We fuck with it. The beat you hear in the background, as always, is produced by Sincere the Rap Snob. If you're an artist and you're looking for some beats, he makes beats.
Holla at me.
You already know the vibes.
Fire.
Before we get into the interview, we got a topic that we've been saving for, I would say, like 2 episodes because we never got the gang together to really break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, Mace do something in the group chat talking about, you know, artists. You know, like if you could go in like a time machine, who would thrive? I think Sincere was the one who really set the tone as far as
Facts.
who wouldn't thrive in our era
Right.
as opposed to right now.
You know?
So I'm gonna flip a coin to get out the way because I wasn't in the chat like that. Sin and Mace is going at it. So who wants to go first?
Wait,
Sin-
who was it? I think somebody on Twitter has said specifically that
I think I
Drake,
threw a post in there and just got the fuck out the way. I didn't
Right,
think it was a
right.
phone like,
Yeah.
He lobbed the grenade and got out of there, yeah.
Smart man.
That's his style.
Smart
Yo,
man.
if you don't know this man, Jov, that encapsulates him
Yeah.
110%. Just throw the grenade and walk away.
Yeah.
Watch what happens.
And watch the chaos.
It's good stuff, bro. It's a
Yeah.
good show. It's the Rap Roundtable.
That's what we do here, man.
You know what I mean?
I love it though.
But
man.
Mace, you want to go? So you want to go? Y'all want to slap box outside about it? Like how y'all want to play it?
Odds and evens, what we doing?
I mean,
So-
saying you want to lay the ground for.
Yeah, I'll lay the groundwork. Somebody had put out a tweet, I think specifically talking about how Drake, because you know Drake has obviously a lot of detractors
Yeah.
in the.
You.
I'm one of the.
OVO sin.
I'm people. There's a lot of people that are detractors. I'm people. But well, I mean, you know, within hip hop Twitter and like the scene of real heads, they don't like Drake, right?
Right.
And so
Just say we.
somebody.
We don't like you.
Include yourself.
Yes.
Nah, because if I say we, then it means
Oh.
round
Oh,
table.
you right.
Different
Yeah.
we.
You smart.
Yeah. But so they put out this tweet saying that y'all need to stop front on Drake because you put Drake in the 90s and 2000s era and he would still thrive. He'd still be that dude. He would still be eating out there. You know what I mean? And I think Mase co-sign that. Did you not?
I did co-sign.
OVO Mase.
Oh, OVO with the
Waving
cape.
the flag,
top rope.
the owl flag.
Yo. And I was like, nah, I don't know about that, buddy. We probably get him out of here like we did PM Dawn.
Wow.
That's soft. That's super soft.
Die without you.
Crazy.
That
Set adrift.
cringy energy of, just
Wow.
crooning for no
PM
reason.
Dawn,
Like,
no.
PM Dawn did the
Soft
dirty,
out of
man.
line.
nah, we would have got him the fuck out. We would have packed him up, bro. Come on.
And so I had to disagree. I vehemently disagreed with this.
You
in the
did.
group
I
chat,
didn't expect you to go so hard
Mace,
about this
I
pause.
did. I was legit upset on the train on the way home from work.
Yo,
I was like,
I
this
know.
guy said, yeah, man.
Yo,
argue with his
and
girlfriend,
I'll
bro.
give a little insight. I might even throw the graphic up because
Oh, shit.
I found this picture of a dude wearing the cape. I threw OVO on the back.
He
I was like,
did,
yo, this
yeah.
is Mace right
That
now,
was
man.
tough.
That should be my profile picture.
That was tough.
I was like, oh, man, I got
you
under the
saying Mace
skin.
was Shannon Sharp at Staples?
Yo,
You don't want them problems.
Oh
don't
man,
say it to my face.
Oh,
Over here.
Yeah.
I guess I got to bring the black and mild out next episode.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, with the
the
stocking
Henny.
cap on, you know what I mean?
Nah, but explain yourself.
Nah, ultimately saying where I was coming from was that to me, you don't go from a first ballot Hall of Famer to PM Dawn. You know what I mean? And that ultimately, we look through certain eras with rose-colored glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think like PM Dawn got thrown off stage, but PM Dawn wasn't actually that great. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, we're talking about KRS, and even though I know this happened in the early '90s, we're talking about this is a KRS PM Dawn thing. That's more of the late '80s. By the time we get into the late '90s, the era of the studio gangsters were running wild. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
ultimately, what I thought is that an artist like Drake, it would have happened the same way. That a huge artist with a sort of talent said, we can't have this guy this corny. You know what I mean? And was able to, use the paintbrush to make him, a viable artist in the mainstream. Like we had artists, you know what I mean, like Mase, you know what I mean, like certain artists that weren't the tough guy artists, you know what I mean. They ultimately thrived. So my whole thing was that I don't think Drake would have went on a 10-year run. You know what I mean? But we were comparing them to artists like, you know what I mean? Like Fab, like Ja, like, and I'm like, nah,
Yo, fix
like.
your face when you say that.
Nah, but let me
Platinum
jump in.
artists?
Let me jump in because I think the difference, the major difference here is that like even the poppiest artists, the Puffs, the Maces, Fab, 50 Cent. That somebody had mentioned 50 Cent too. They had those crossover hits, but at their foundation, at their core, they were still hood dudes. You know what I mean? So like, there was still that element of, all right, I'm gonna make this song for the chicks. I'm gonna make this song for the radio. But at the core, there was still that street energy. I think if you drop Drake from this era and put him in that era, I don't think he would have thrived like that because people would have seen through the, for lack of a better word, seen through the bullshit, man. Like I've seen, I don't know, I've seen like I threw them in the group chat.
Yeah.
We saw videos of a young Drake. And
Man.
he was talking shit about the slang that was being used
Toronto
in
slang.
school
T-dot
and
slang.
all that, and like that is
It's ignorant.
ignorant. It's ignorant. It sounded like Michael
ignorant.
Jackson on South Park and
Ignorant.
shit. That shit was crazy to me. I'm like, bro.
And see, this is my thing. Like, so, right, if you drop Drake now into the 90s where we know all of these things, yeah, it's easy to say that, right? But in the 90s, we had artists, you know what I mean? Like, you mentioned the old thing like that. Like, my favorite artist, Tupac, took ballet classes, right? Was an art school student.
Prodigy.
You know what I mean? Now, in 2023, that probably would have gotten uncovered early in his career, but we didn't know about that until later, right? Biggie came out, said, I grew up in a one-room shack. His mother came out like, no, we actually lived in a brownstone. You know what I mean? In a 3-story building. You know what I mean? We just watched Jadakiss on a Joe Budden podcast say what? He went to private school and he went to college and he was
Street
raised. His dad was an executive in
Dame
the
was
coffee
a
game.
high-level nigga too.
Now, all I'm saying is that in the 90s, if all, like, of course, now we're grown. We're like, of course, like, you see how Jaw reacted. Like, what do you mean? Like, of course. But in 98, if that came out, when Jada was talking about cocaine white whips, we might have been like,
That's true.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
but
You know
Kiss
what I'm
was
saying?
outside. His whole neighborhood vouched for him. His father's job is his father's job. But Jason was doing other shit. Jason was Tariq.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't think that's it because, like, for instance, we've heard about Rick Ross's, prior
CEO, right,
professional
yeah.
life.
Right.
You know what I mean? What he did as a professional. And that kind of, he took a minor hit at the moment.
Like,
He got more popular afterwards.
Right, but
Shout out to Puff.
but it's, I don't know. I just feel, because y'all know me, I'm big on energy. Like, he had that energy of like, yeah, but I'm still that dude in the street. And I just don't see Drake having had enough of that energy to really make him a viable artist in that time. I could be wrong.
So,
I could be wrong.
let me
but-
get in here because you guys are having a great back and forth. I got some things to say, but we do have company.
Yes, sir.
So Ace, what do you think about this topic as far as specifically Drake? Could you copy and paste Drake? Let's drop him. Let's say around 1998. Do you think he would survive? Just based on the parameters of what hip hop was, nothing to do with him as an artist.
I don't know, man. I don't want to. It's like 50-50,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't take away or discredit his talent. I mean, the dude is a genius. We can't never take that away. But the 90s was different.
Yeah.
The 90s was very, like, show and prove what you say you do.
Right.
It's not about what it's very much like, if you talking about you doing that on your records, you better be doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but at the end of the day, bro, it's like, good music is always gonna do what it's gonna do.
That's a fact.
So it's I mean, there's songs from, I hate to use this example, man, but it's like even the 6ix9ine kid.
Yeah.
He has some songs that I'm like, when that shit come on, I'm like, oh, shit is hard.
Same
Gummo,
here.
I
Thank
can't knock
thank
it.
you.
Gummo's still hit. I hate
knock
to
it.
admit it,
I
but
can't
knock it.
I was rocking Gummo and I was like, this is fire.
what's
Y'all
the-
can hate me, but it's fire.
What's the shit he got with Bobby Shmurda? Silly? Some shit like
I
that?
don't even remember. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That one he got with Bobby is hard.
Yeah,
I think it's
not
stupid.
Go
It's
stupid.
stupid.
Yes.
It's
Get
hard.
stupid. Something like
But
that.
he's
That's what's up.
it is what it is with that, man. We
Indeed.
leave it at that.
Indeed.
And
Yeah.
but I think it's 50-50 with the
I like
Drake,
that.
with Drake, man.
Deanie.
I'm sorry,
Sit.
but I do.
All right. Can you let
Yeah.
Deanie cook?
But I do want to clarify though, because a good point was
You
made.
done
I
talk
don't.
the whole segment. You
I
want to let
don't.
Deanie talk?
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not saying this as something against Drake. I'm saying it more so about the era. That I don't think Drake would have fit in that because of the era, not because of who he is.
Fair play.
In that case, I'm agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the era, I don't think he would have rocked in that era.
Because honestly, I don't think Kendrick would have
Unless-
either.
because
But
you know
that's
what
another
it is?
conversation
Kendrick
we're about
would
to
have
have.
been over there
It is
with
to-
Tribal.
Kendrick. I don't know. You reach it with the Kendrick.
Here we go.
Nah,
Kendrick is-
Here we
because
go.
the next
Ace was like, whoa.
conversation, because the
Yeah.
next conversation is who would have been the most successful out of the current.
Nah, but Deanie, how you
We
feeling
gonna get
about
there.
that?
We
I
we
think-
getting there.
I think
the Sid
in
ain't
the
gonna let
way- in the
Deanie
way you
eat
said-
tonight at
No,
all.
no,
I know, it's my
Okay.
fault, B. I think
Go ahead.
50-50 is kind of accurate. We were heavily based on people actually doing the things they said in their music.
Mhm.
But like you said, good music trumps good music. There were plenty of artists that did, let's say like a Heavy D, who
Yeah.
just made kind of hits for the ladies. Granted, we talked about in the chat, most of the niggas that did convert to making those kind of lady songs were kind of hood niggas.
Right.
Ja Rule was considered a hood nigga. 50 hood nigga. LL Cool Biggie J. hood nigga. LL hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they came around and transitioned into that. But the way Drake is such a chameleon, if that chameleonness would be effective in the 90s, he might have still found the
That's
lane,
how I
bro.
feel, B.
He would have gave you what he would have Milli
what I'm
Vanillied
saying.
it. Drake would have gave you something you
He
needed.
figured it out.
Possibly.
Well,
Possibly.
here's how I'm gonna put a bow on it because I talked about PM Dawn and getting thrown off the stage. and shit.
Jim Dawn, man, you're burying the dude.
Yo,
man.
My whole thing is if PM Dawn got kicked off the stage in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Aubrey got peed on in the 2000s.
Oh man.
I just don't see a space where Aubrey Graham can be a rapper in the 90s after getting peed on in a movie theater in front of half the industry. I'm sorry, Mase.
Diddy's a wild boy.
The music is what it is.
Hey,
and
man.
it's fire. And I've said there's Drake songs that I like a lot. I think Drake is a really great rapper. I'm sorry, chat, Leah May, whoever the hell else.
Oh man.
Drake is one of the best with the pen when he feels like it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Leah. You did that. You did that.
Jinx the homie.
The problem with him is that he's so inconsistent with rapping that, and then all the other shit that he does is like, man, fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But the culture was what it was. The triple fat goose, the Timberlands, the fatigues.
Fact.
You get peed on,
Carhartts,
and you didn't kill a nigga. You didn't even
got,
try to
he
snuff
got
him.
he got like pissed on for real?
You ain't know that?
Supposedly, Diddy
Nah,
never heard of
just
Diddy
me,
story.
bro. Yeah, you talking about he got actual urine?
That's what they said.
He got
man.
urine thrown on him?
That's what they saying, bro.
That's crazy.
Out of line.
You know what I mean? We had cat fights in the club. You know what I mean?
Him
It's
and
like-
Young Miami should get together.
Shit.
Wow,
There you go.
Y'all no disrespect, man.
Because the nigga she with is the nigga that peed on him. Ain't that hilarious?
No fucking way.
Whoa.
Diddy's
where's
the nigga that
Kendrick?
peed on him.
Nah.
Allegedly.
It
You
was
got no
wild.
allegedly all over the
Allegedly.
place.
Allegedly.
Crazy.
Wow.
Allegedly.
But that's all I'm saying when it comes to Drake. The tough guy, hyper masculine energy of that time, it would have been tough for him. It would have been real tough for him to be this.
I mean-
I think he would have made a way. But I don't think he'd be the number one act.
Right cosigns? Kind of the way Jay Prince is kind of like backing him now.
You know what I'm saying?
The streets, he got the street.
If he
I don't
drops
know.
in
I don't know if that would
04,
happen.
he'd still survive. But like in the 90s, I
90s
don't
was a
know.
different time.
Yeah.
We didn't let as much shit slide then as we do now.
I don't see DMX letting Drake rock.
Right. He wasn't letting them rock as it was.
He said
In the
he hated
interview with
Drake.
Breakfast Club, he was like,
DMX is
fuck Drake.
the
DMX
number-
he hated
number one Drake hater.
Look how Hov was treating Mase, and Mase was a street nigga.
And
That's
he don't
true.
give a fuck about what industry he's
I
in
mean,
and what
Hov made a whole
connections he
song
has.
about Mase, Imaginary
There you
Players.
go.
Oh, you know what I mean?
So
Mace had a good run though.
before we get into to Ace himself, real quick, you know, who outside of Drake? We made this a Drake slander fest. I'm sorry,
man.
y'all. You know what I mean?
Got to.
But what about some of the other prominent acts of today? Who do you think would or wouldn't survive? So Sincere the Rap Slam, you was about to transition into that.
Yeah.
Who are the other acts that you think could or
So
couldn't?
out of the four, I think some time ago we, as a table, kind of agreed upon the big four of the 2010s, the last era, with Kendrick, Cole, Drake, obviously, and then I think the fourth spot went to Nicki.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Maybe Future. There was a
Yeah, it's like the
I
back
talk
and forth
about
between those two.
Future, but I think the side went to Nicki. Okay. Now to those four, this might be surprising coming from me. I think Nicki might be the
Yeah.
one that would fit the best.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
I agree as well.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Kendrick and Cole, like you said, would have found some lane, like in, you know, the Tribe lane or the De La Soul lane,
Yeah.
or
Common,
maybe
The Slum Village.
the Slum Village,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Common, the
yeah.
Soul
The
Aquarians
the
lane.
thought-provoking MC.
Yeah,
The conscious
he
MC.
he-
More or less.
yeah.
Or maybe
If he-
Cole leans more southern and goes to Outkast, right?
Yeah, or that.
True.
You know what I mean? He would have found a lane somewhere in there, but he wouldn't have been the megastar he is today back then. Cole, similar. And we just talked about Drake. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, I want to make this point. I think Kendrick, Cole, and Drake, the lane that they found success in today in this era, they owe it to Kanye.
Yeah, facts.
Because Kanye opened up that you
yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
be 50 Cent, you don't have to be DMX, you don't have to be super tough, you don't have to be hyper masculine. You know what I mean? You could wear pink polos with the collars up.
Yep.
But if the
Backpacks.
talent is there and the sounds is there and the music is there, then you know what I mean? Like, people are gonna fuck with it. So shouts to Kanye, even though today he's on some fuck shit. But you know what I mean? Back in the day, he really opened up that lane. But before Kanye, like, that lane was closed off. They wasn't gonna do it. Nicki would have fit right in.
He would have been number one in
That's
the
a fact.
90s.
But-
I think, bar for
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
But
facts.
my question is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because, like, what does that say about the evolution of the female landscape with that? But
I mean,
can hold on.
Nikki,
I'm not
was,
doing that.
Nikki was a bar. She was barring it though. You know what I'm saying?
It's still female artists with bars.
And at
I
that
think
time,
Cardi would eat now too.
and at
Believe
that
it or
time,
not,
you only really had Kim and Foxy really running that I'm a sexy rapper kind of era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she would have probably fit real good in that lane.
Yeah,
What you think
100%.
about Cardi? I think Cardi could eat.
She's not as lyrically gifted as Nikki. That would have held her back.
Right.
Yeah, but she could read what the writer writes.
Yes. Here you go, Ace. There you go.
Read
Mace,
lines
you
with the
been
hand that
quiet
don't
over
write.
there. Well, how you feel about these
Nah,
takes?
personally, I think that Future would have been a interesting Nate Dogg like figure in the past era. You know what I
Nate
mean?
Dogg.
Yeah,
That's
so
nice,
I
bro.
could have. That's
Not mad.
me personally. I felt a lot like Sin that the top of the line MCs of this era, it just doesn't work.
Right.
In the same way that you could look at, I don't know if Biggie and Pac would have been Biggie and Pac in 2023. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Honestly,
I like
so that's where I looked at it. I was like, nah, Future on some 90s hooks. You know what I mean? So, sounding like some 3-6 Mafia type
that'd be
shit.
tough.
You know what I mean?
Shit, they
like
can do that right now.
I would have fucked with that.
Get on some Memphis shit right now.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna shoot some bail to Game. I think Game would have fit right in the 90s.
Game?
Poor man
I
Nas.
think Game would have fit right in.
You know,
Yeah.
It would have been a poor man Nas, but it would have fit.
Game would have been a poor man Nas.
Yeah, I think so.
You comparing Game to Nas?
Only
Yes,
time
I wasn't gonna say that.
Listen,
Thank you, Ace.
the only
'cause I
time-
don't know what the fuck this
only
man's
Poor
talking
man, rich man.
Check it out. The only
That was mad
time.
random,
Now
bro.
listen.
It
The
was.
only time.
Hit me out.
Yo, Walter,
There you go.
Cut his mic off.
The only time I really appreciate Game is kind of when he's kind of in his Nas
That
bag.
don't make him a poor man's Nas, bro.
But
That's when I appreciate him.
When has Game ever been his
Bro.
Nas bag, bro?
What?
Bro, maybe
You never heard Game use Nas flow?
I heard
Countless
Game use
records?
everybody's flow.
Get rid of this guy.
Hey,
He loves
Yo,
Nas,
much
bro.
respect to Game, but to each his own.
yo.
You know what I mean? For real.
Bad Boys on Death Row.
There's one
flow.
Nas, and you can't compare Game
Of
to
course,
it.
but you
I'll
can
tell you
still
that
people
much.
still patting their flows after niggas. Like, to me, JID is kind of like a poor man Kendrick in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has.
Yo.
That's
what's
that's incorrect.
Who is this guy?
I love it.
Where did he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody that we need to fuck with? Get rid of this guy.
For this podcast.
But the facts are the
Can we
facts.
not? No, it's not. Not when you get mad dislikes.
The freestyle that we
Bro,
heard today.
I'd like to interview Ace.
The
I don't,
freestyle?
I don't want to talk about JID. You saw what JID conversation
Yo.
did to our show before, bro.
So we can't talk about
And
it.
then we talked about it, and it fucked our algorithm
When he-
up.
when we-
Why
did
do
you-
you want to raise my blood pressure tonight?
Did you listen to the freestyle you sent today?
Still wants to talk about it, Walter.
Oh man.
Proceed.
Yo.
I don't know what I gotta
Mate.
tell this guy.
At made_by
Yes,
underscore
him.
Dini. That's
Follow
his
me.
handle.
Tap
To
in.
him.
The God.
Send
Fuck with
him,
me.
send him the comments,
For the
send him the
facts.
DMs.
He
balance.
don't subscribe to what D
For the facts, holla at me.
Yeah, you know, low key, I think now that I think about it, I think Game would rock.
Oh, okay.
You know why though?
Why?
Because his gang influence is heavy,
Yeah.
and that alone is gonna push
Him to the forefront.
to where he needs to be.
can see
I mean,
Facts.
when
And
he,
it's not. I'm not saying Son is whack.
He has
at
moments.
all. He's
Game is
definitely
he
not
has
whack.
moments.
But I don't know, man. I just you caught me with the Nas comparison.
Fuck
shit,
him up.
man.
Listen when you
Whole
go
segment
listen
off the
in.
rails.
You gonna have to send me something.
I will.
Please
I will.
do, 'cause-
I will.
Ace being polite.
I'm
I'ma say
still-
fuck out of here.
Bad Boy on Death Row is a great example. The shit he had on Dave East album.
What's this shit that Nas and Game had together on Hip Hop Is Dead? I could see like
Oh,
him
shit.
using his
The-
style there.
Yeah, good one. Yes.
Look at Walter.
I was gonna say the light. That
Go
was
Walter.
it.
Tap
Go Walter.
in. He uses
chat.
that flow a lot.
Chat, let us know who you think from the current era of the big names. Don't say like somebody from Griselda, because obviously.
Cause obviously
they would
we
fit
know
perfect
that.
though.
But somebody,
yeah.
Reggie
no doubt.
Nobles are talking to you.
They
You
would
know what I
fit
mean?
perfect.
But like
Ah,
of the
man.
big names of the current era, or maybe like the era prior, let us know who you think would fit.
And don't say Nas would thrive now. We see it.
Nah, it's been 40 years for Nas, man. Like,
come on.
yeah.
You know who I honestly think of today would have been real nice in the 90s. Uncle John.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
John
yeah.
from DC.
Yeah. Uncle John. Yeah, he had a
He would've-
he had a
he
tape
would've-
of Rome, right?
He did.
He had a
Rome
tape
had
of
a tape
Rome.
for sure. He would have. If you guys aren't aware, you should definitely tap in with
Say
Uncle
no
John.
more.
Yeah.
John.
Say less.
He would have I mean, yo, he's excellent now. I think in the 90s he would have, bro, he crazy.
So
shout out to Uncle John, bro.
Let's get to know Ace and Son. Deserve the rap route. So the obvious out the way. Where you from? What's your history like? How did you get to this point today as a rapper, as a person?
Well, I'm from Ocean Hill, Brownsville.
Shout out.
In other words, up the hill. As Biggie said, remember them niggas up the hill?
Yes, sir.
But I'm also, I got a lot of ties in East New York, too. Okay. So I would say Brownsville, East New York. And and that shit is neighbors right there.
Yeah.
If you know
me and May spent a lot of time in the Ville. We already know.
We know the vibe.
That's literally
Chester Street
right
for
there.
me. Chester and Riverdale.
Okay,
Saratoga for me, you heard?
Yes, sir. Shout out to my boys on Powell, man. I just got my hair cut for my boys on Powell right now. So shout out to my mans. You know, Henny, you in DR, but you know what I mean? Get back. You know what I'm saying? I had to see the other old niggas, but he still did a good job.
He did right. He did
well. I had to instruct him, but he did, you know what I mean? He did right. But yeah, I'm from Brownsville, East New York, Brooklyn, more or less, you know, but my stomping grounds officially are Ocean Hill. Brownsville.
So how did growing up in that area mold the person that you are today?
It was, you know what it was? It's like a lot of people tend to use the negatives to use it as their like fuel or inspiration. But I was blessed enough to have like negatives and positives in my neighborhood. Like my neighborhood was very much drug infested. It was very much, you know, I wouldn't say gang. Like the gang shit was never really in my neighborhood. Like now it is because of like the times now, the younger kids or whatever. But it was really just like, you know, official drug dealers, official just get money dudes, official thieves, official robbers, car thieves,
street niggas.
It was whatever you was doing, they were official to it. But on the same token, it's like, yo, but this dude's mother lives on like the 20th floor. You know what I'm saying? And we see her every day.
You know what I'm saying? With her groceries.
It's like we know you stealing radios out of motherfuckers' cars, but your mom's, you know what I'm saying? So it was it was very like, it was family, but it was also very real.
That's dope.
It was very real. And that was just the balance right there, you know, and I'm grateful for it because some people grow up where it's just hood all day, you know, to where they never feel love. So I was blessed to have love, and I guess you could say hate at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I love both ends of it. You know
I love to hear that because it sounds like you're very much in love with where you're from. Like some people like
love my hood.
They move away from it. They don't want to acknowledge it, but it sounds to me like you really embrace it.
My hood is real, man. I come up from a time when it's like, you know, those certain figures in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And I had mentioned this in a prior interview, but you know, respectfully, I'm gonna keep, you know, bringing this up. And with that being said, it's like, you know, God bless the dead, like Mr. Roberts. God bless the dead, like Miss Pat. Those are people in my neighborhood that when you saw them outside, bro, you couldn't act up, bro. They get your ass in line real quick. They tell your mother, you know what I'm saying? They tell your father.
Every hood got one of those.
You know what I'm saying? Like if not, they whip your ass and then tell your parents, like, listen, this is why I whipped his ass, because he was acting a damn fool out here.
Kept you in line.
So
love it.
It was I just love my upbringing, man. It was beautiful because it was black and Latino, and as much as like in a weird way, in a weird world, the black and Latino thing gets questioned.
Yeah.
It was never questioned in my neighborhood.
Same.
It was always like, yo, we are one. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was a beautiful thing, man.
I didn't know that was a thing until I started going to like Manhattan and shit. Like when in Brooklyn, it was always one unit.
You know what it is, man? Everyone has an opinion.
Right.
That's what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has an opinion, and I'm not gonna label it to the highest extent of saying something as far as segregation or racism.
Right.
But everyone has an opinion. A lot of these opinions be fucking stupid as shit.
Talk about it.
So I don't really involve myself with stupidity. You know, I'd rather keep it intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Because me, myself, I find myself to be a very intelligent young man.
Okay.
So that's just how I move with it. But more or less getting back to my upbringing, it was just very real, man. It was very real. Very cultured, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hands down.
Speaking
like,
of upbringing, let's talk about musical upbringing. Who's the people that inspired Ace and Cell to pick up the mic and do his thing?
Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? Nobody.
Word?
Nobody. I inspired myself to pick up a mic, man. Everyone else just influenced what I was gonna do for myself.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
And if we could be honest with you, I mean, probably if I could be honest with you,
that's what we like.
Yo, dudes like Raekwon, Big Pun, Shine, Fat Joe, you know, early Jay-Z, early Nas, and that's like the national brands Feel what I'm saying? Those are the names everybody know, but it goes as far back to like OGC, the Bushwhackers. You know what I'm saying? Dudes of that, you know, like it's. I was always a fan of the underdogs. Like that was always my thing. I was always a fan of like even like Milkbone. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that name since I was a child.
Like Milkbone. You know what's crazy? As we were having a conversation about Drake, I said, yo, Drake, in a way, could have probably fit into that Milkbone category. If he was consistent with that hard body shit, that like, yo, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Milkbone, even though he was a white boy from Jersey, yo, he was putting on. Putting on for real, for real.
He was nice.
Like he was nice, bro. One of the biggest freestyles, Jay-Z and Big L, was over a Milkbone beat.
Beat.
Keep it real.
That's a fact.
Like, so, but yeah, I've always had an admiration to the underdogs, the dudes that like people bypass and shit, because you know it's a lot of fly shit, and it's a lot of stories and messages that people are giving people, and they just bypass it. They're just saying, well, he's not Jay-Z, so we don't want to listen.
Right.
Meanwhile, this dude is like, yo, he's talking about some shit that, you know, this is just an opinion. Like maybe even Jay-Z heard that shit, and that's where he got inspired from. You know what's a better example for that? Feeling It. Jay-Z. Because that originally is Camp Lo's track.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, Ski Beats, you know, the producer behind it.
Yeah.
Much respect to every one of those people that I mentioned right now. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But it's just, you just never know, man. Sometimes it's like you feel like you might not be getting seen, man. And sometimes you really are everything that's inspiring.
Somebody's
shit.
always listening. That's what we've learned doing this.
And
Absolutely.
you never know who your
Everybody's
co-signs are. You
Everybody's
never know who your
watching.
co-signs
That's a
are.
fact.
You got a crazy co-sign. That's how we got on to you.
We find our takes
And much respect.
all
much
over the
respect to my
place
brother,
out there.
man. For real.
Coach gave you
telling you,
shout
bro,
out to Coach.
We talked to you for like a cool 15 minutes.
Right.
You was like, and you didn't even tell us he was a rapper. You know what I mean? You was just chopping it with us.
Just an ill nigga. I ain't even gonna lie,
You
bro.
was feeling lit off the sauce. You know what I mean?
It's only right. It's
Then
only
Ro
right.
was like, yo, you gotta listen to his tape. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
What?
The introduction was crazy though. Nigga just ran up on niggas like, yo, who got a bogey? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit.
Brownsville.
That definitely sounds
Hood
like
nigga shit.
So you got a bogey, man.
I
What I'd
finally
like to
came in
know
clutch.
is, like, you know, as a youth growing up in that neighborhood, was it the neighborhood that inspired you to start pushing your pen? Like what made young Ace decide I want to rap?
You know what it was? And before I answer that, I want to say shout out to my nigga Coach. Shout out to my nigga Room Streets.
Shout out to
Those are
Coach.
definitely my
Love
guys,
y'all
100%. Salute. Put the drink in the air for y'all, 100%.
Sir.
But my whole thing was this, man. It's I don't know, man. As crazy as it sounds, bro. It's like I had very good education as a youth. As a child, I went to Catholic school from 8th grade all the way, from kindergarten all the way to 8th grade.
Okay.
So my education was always just on a different
different
scale.
type of culture
Not
too.
taking anything away from public school education, because education is education. What you learn is what you learn.
Public school shit, but
You can. It's like, yo, you can only learn so much in a certain environment. You know what I'm saying? Like when these dudes are, bro, you're going to fucking warrior school. You're going to gladiator school.
Mm-hmm.
That's what public school is. You're getting a mix of however the world is bringing you these people. And Catholic school is a little different. It's more like, yo, our parents is putting up that bag.
Yeah.
Niggas get education.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had a different education, bro. I was a spelling bee champ for years, man. I was on honor roll. I did all that shit, bro.
Wordsmith, basically.
I was always a very well-rounded individual. And I remember in my early 20s, I was pretty much, I got kicked out of high school. I went to George Westinghouse High School.
Westinghouse,
downtown
talking about it.
And
Legendary
I was
school.
short 8 credits, and they kicked me out because of a quote unquote gang fight. They tried to label me as a gang member. Let's get that out the way, bro. I ain't with none of that shit. Not saying, salute to my niggas who do what they do.
Indeed.
But I was never into none of that shit. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
happened to be
I was
scrap,
always me. Like my name was always my name, man. They kicked me out of school, and then from there I was just running the streets crazy. We're talking about an 18-year-old just running wild. I had my own crib at 18. I was already advanced.
He was living.
I was way advanced. You know what I'm saying? I was never like, I was just. The block gave me that vision. I'm watching 19-year-olds and Lexus motherfucking LS 430s and shit of this year. You know what I'm saying? big Cubans on her neck, tight links. Not that Chinatown shit, tight links. You know that shit that you gotta tell your dealer. Yo, I want my Cuban with the tight links.
New York
you
shit.
know, big Lazarus pieces and shit. Like
put the lock on.
I was seeing this shit, man. I was seeing this shit from young, and that's the shit that had me like, yo, you know what? That's how we gonna do it. That's how we gonna do it. For real, bro. And the beauty about it was that it's like, yo, I was watching my Latino brothers do this shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, this is like fly Latino niggas doing this shit, bro. Like, it just captivated me. I was like, nah, this is what I gotta be. Yeah. This is my goal. This is what I have to strive for. This is what I gotta maintain in my life. To look this way, to live this way, but to also be this way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that being said, when we get back to as far as like, you know, who influenced me or whatever, I was just always good with words, man. You know what I'm saying? And my words was never like, it was never like cat, hat, that.
Right.
It was like,
was it orange door hinge?
Shady. I was just always into like finding different ways to like use words that people weren't projecting themselves to, just dropping them.
That's fly.
Oh shit! How the fuck? But if I could be honest, bro, it got to a point where I was just, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? Me and Rome. I'm gonna tell y'all how me and Rome met. Me and Rome, we were acquainted with each other for a lot of years. You know, we were definitely in the same scene, moving around, doing the same things. And it was one night where we used to go to this spot on Hughes Street on the J train in Brooklyn. I guess you could say Williamsburg. Yeah, the South Side.
Yeah.
It was called The Flat. It was right there on Hughes. It was right there. And one night, me and Rome went outside, and you know, he had just did some shit that night. He had just performed that night, and I was like, yo, I fuck with your shit. Your shit is fire. You know, I like your shit for real, bro. Like his shit was tight. Like,
was nice.
I seen a lot of artists come into that spot and perform, and I always been like, but his shit like really captivated me. I was like, yeah, son is nice.
Yeah.
Went outside. It's a bunch of people outside. Me and him start going back and forth. We sparring with each other. Then a whole group of fucking whoever these fucking guys thought they was, they come into the cypher. Yo, me and him literally just sniped every one of them down. Pop, 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 pop. It must have been like 8-10 dudes. Talking about verbal, just freestyling, just wrecking these dudes. Man.
Culture shit.
Yeah.
So now it's like, now everybody gets out the way, and now it's just me and him. And it's like, it was that very moment where it's like, you look at that person and you just like, all right,
They on your level.
yeah, we here, bro.
Aliens.
We here. Like,
It's
we
not
here.
like it. It's not like that.
It's like, yo, I mean, I can't show it, but I got goosebumps now because it's that real. It's like,
Yeah.
at that very moment, it's like we knew, like, all right, bro, like,
You got it.
we're gonna form some kind of relationship from this. I don't know what it's gonna be, where it's gonna turn out to be, but we're gonna form something with this. And from there, bro, I was just like, yo, I was knocking down like the older cats who thought they really could rap, bro. I was just flaming these dudes, bro. I was talking about eating these motherfuckers alive, talking about shit from daytime. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about you when you was 18. Like, if I was there, I wasn't even born, my nigga. And my shit sound better than you being in them shoes.
I got that from the tape, listening to the tape you had.
Yeah.
It's like it sounds old school, but it sounds new school at the same goddamn time. I was like, this nigga's ahead of his time with this shit.
And I'm gonna tell y'all listeners, y'all tapping in the Ace right now.
Yeah.
Everything he's saying is fact. We're gonna drop the
that's a
link
fact.
to his tape in our description. Tap into that. This man is nice. But it's legit. You hear me? We're gonna get back to the interview. We usually, when we do Aces, we try to break the interview out into segments. I think Cinna's gonna have some questions for you, then Deanie, then Mase, so on and so forth.
No, for sure.
But we're gonna get back into the topical aspect of the pod for a second.
Okay.
There was I think on the internet I saw, and Sin talked about it, Mase talked about it, as far as Lupe Fiasco being a professor, teaching the culture. Then I think Deanie, your guy, Mickey Fax, is talking about teaching the ability to rap. So I asked the table, we are the rap round table, so I'm asking the entire table, and maybe Walter if he feels like chiming in. Can rapping be taught? So you know what? The rapper at the table, we'll come to you first, Ace. Let me know. Do you think that's something? Can Professor Ace teach Jav how to rap?
100%. 100%.
Okay, talk
But
to me.
with anything you do, it takes dedication.
Oh, okay.
You understand? You can't cut corners in this rap shit. You know, there's no easy way. to be a true wordsmith. Nothing comes easy when it comes to putting words together. Let me tell you about that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's dudes that, bro, it's people that lose marriages because they didn't have the right words.
Talk about this man.
Yo, I tried it once upon a time. It was not for me.
No, I'm saying,
I went with the beats.
Real shit.
Hey, and I mean that with all due respect.
With respect,
because I'm a people person. I'm a human's human. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very much, you know, I know life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't like to joke unless I know a joke can be joked with.
Nah, real shit. Because that's why we kept talking to you.
But
that's what you walked up on us and we was like, we don't know him, but he seems cool.
Nah, I be chilling, man. I be chilling, man. I
you know how our city is. Sometimes a nigga walk up on you and be like, yo, you know what I mean?
What's going on here?
Yeah. No, absolutely, bro. I mean, yo, people. It's in our daily lives, man.
Yeah.
We get encountered with people that's just like, yo,
What's
the
up?
fuck, my nigga? Like, yo, respectfully, like, all right, but you know, in your mind, you're like, man, get the fuck on my face, bro. Like, who the fuck are you? But I feel like 100% it could be taught. You know why? Because me as an MC, as an artist, I wasn't born with this shit, bro. If it wasn't for, like I said, artists like Raekwon, Pun, Jay, Nas, you know, etc. If it wasn't for dudes like that, bro, listening to their music, studying this is the best example I could give anybody, bro. If you could listen to a song and you could rap what they're rapping, word by word, if you could rap somebody's whole song, what's stopping you from doing it?
I never looked at it.
Why you can't do that? If you're doing it. You're literally doing it.
Yeah.
To an extent, though.
But the words are there.
To an extent,
Yeah. To come up with your own words.
No, but that's where you.
That's where it starts.
100%. But that's where you start, and that's where you say, you know what? If he said it like this, and this were these were the topics that he or she was talking about, then you know what? I'm just gonna switch the topics, pretty much just jack their flow, and find my own lane with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Some people know how to crack that code. You know what I mean?
That's why when I asked you, like, who kind of like gave you that nudge, because to me it works like this. You can teach anybody pretty much to do anything from a technical aspect.
Right.
You know, I can teach you how to structure a song. I can teach you how to align your bars, how to use your verbiage when rapping. Right. But I can't teach you what to rap. You get what I'm saying?
You know what? That's a good point. That's a very good point, because now that I think about it, it's like, bro, I mean, driving instructors teach you how to drive to get your test, to pass the road test, and then you get on the road and get into a fucking accident on your account. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to backtrack, and I'm gonna have to say it's a 50-50 kind of thing. I'm honest.
Depends on who it is.
Because to me, that's how most artists start. If you're a person just listening to hip hop, like you said, you're rapping along with the artist that you like to listen to, and it's almost like a Bruce Lee Jeet Kune Do effect.
Yeah,
he just took a bunch of different martial arts and made his own. Like, I might like your flow. I might think Sin, the way he structures his bars is crazy. I might think his cadence is crazy. I might think Masito got a way of just working this shit and all together. And I might just say, no, I'm taking that little piece from you, taking that little piece from you, and I got a whole new style, like you just stated off of that. You know, that's why I think it can be taught. Will it be good? Is a whole nother conversation.
You're right about that, 100%.
But it can be taught.
It can be taught, but you know, will it stand the test of time? Will it be that joy to a person's ear?
If they have the dedication, like you said, maybe.
But also, it's the dedication. It's like anything in life, bro. It's anything in life. If you're dedicated, if you put that work in, and you know you're serious, you're gonna get the outcome that you're looking for.
Was your first beat fire?
By today's standards, no. By what I make now,
own standards, no.
But that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
By what I make now, I look back and I hear this shit and I'm like, God damn.
You had a sound in your head. You put that sound down.
Yeah.
Now, after all this time, you've perfected your sound, bro. Now this shit don't sound like nothing we hearing out here. This shit is a whole vibe, bro. I could like build a house to this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's skill, it's patience, it's dedication. You just gotta want this shit. Some people could want it forever and still not get it though. It's not guaranteed.
You know what I think? I look at it like, I like what you were saying about being taught it. Like, I feel like, yes, Professor Ace could teach me how to rap. He could teach me how to like listen to a beat a specific way and find that right pocket and how to structure your 16s, how to structure your choruses. I think it can be taught, but I think what can't be taught is, to your point about like subject matter. I could rap about this table, you know what I mean? I can rap about your shirt, Sin's beanie, Mace's chains or whatever, but I might not be able to put the words together to make it that fire.
That's where the skills
And
come
I think that's the great separator. Anybody could be taught how to rap, but can you be taught to be good at putting words together and fire verses, finding the right pockets, the right breathing, and all of that?
Want to listen to
right. Like, you know, Sin put that tweet up on our Twitter page about Nas and Hove as far as the freestyle goes. And for me, it was like, that was the best example of how I could love Hove and understand why people love Nas. And it was so small, but it was a big moment because it was like, all right, Hove's flow on that freestyle, the pocket that he found, and it was almost like a precision boxer landing the jab in the same spot over and over again, but he's throwing that punch from a different angle, from bar after bar after bar. And then Nas on the same exact beat is not doing what Hove did, but he's giving you real descriptive verbiage on the same beat. And it was like, there it is. The young Gifted and Black.
Young Gifted and Black.
Yeah. So it was like, I can't be taught to flow like Hove. I can't be taught to describe shit like Nas and really take you on a journey on every verse. So I think that's where it is. Like, yes, I can be taught to rap, but my shit might be garbage. I say all of that to say that. I don't know if Sid wanted to bring it home.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with everybody on the table, but I want to add a few thoughts. Sure, like anybody can be taught to do anything, but are you going to be good at it? It's a whole other story, right? My personal issue with this is not necessarily who's teacher, because Lupe,
that's a good teacher.
Lupe is
phenomenal.
Like, as far as like the technical aspect of rapping,
yeah, Lupe's ill.
Lupe is crazy, but I also feel like he's a little obsessed with the academic aspect of things. And so, like, look, shouts to him, absolutely 100% shouts to him for actually being able to teach a class at MIT, no less, on rapping and hip hop. That's fucking amazing.
Legendary shit.
That's fucking amazing. Who would have thought? Not me. But here's my issue. On the flip side of that coin, the student body of MIT, who are they?
Oh man, we know who they are.
Black.
It's what?
4% black.
That's more than I
another
thought.
10%
so it's
Latino.
The whole class is the whole 4%.
So, but what I'm saying is, like, who look who he's teaching, and his
it's 85%.
Right. Here's my problem with it. Is like you teaching people that are gonna turn around and be like, nah, but I got taught by Lupe Fiasco, one of the best wordsmiths in the game, and now I know all the technical aspects.
This sounds like an early long segment.
You know what I mean? Now I know all the technical aspects of rap, and you're gonna end up with no standard Eminem, but you're gonna end up with a lot of them type of rappers.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Where it's all just technical aspect and no, like, there's got to be a level of heart and soul.
I'm just saying, like, right? I don't want, and also, second year, I don't. No offense to the white folks, shout out to y'all, but I don't want a bunch of
Walter is right here.
No disrespect. I just don't want to. I don't want to have a conversation. Like, for instance, if I had a conversation with an Asian guy about martial arts, I would expect he would be. I would learn from him. I don't want to hear, well, I took the Bruce Lee class of fucking whatever. So
he wouldn't want to hear you say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing, because we know
Bruce Lee
we
video
know
on YouTube.
how,
I know everything.
I know it.
We know how a certain demographic of people tend to be, and they they like to take authority over shit. And they're gonna be like, no, but I was taught by the finest.
You were taught by Lupe Fiasco.
Look, it's not against Lupe Fiasco. I just see, like, it could
snowball. Can't make it about race.
It could be a big crutch that people use to kind of dog the culture.
Yo, and I gotta tap in. I gotta tap in real quick, and not to drag it anymore too much, because I was late, y'all. But my whole thing is this: like, at the end of the day, can people be taught to rap? You've heard Jim Jones said what? Mase taught me how to rap. I seen Method Man say, yo, Raekwon taught me how to rap.
Right.
Legit rappers, great rappers have said I was taught to rap. But at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we think about the culture, right?
Here we go.
And so at the end of the day,
Think about the culture.
we have to think about the fact that, listen, people already say rap isn't, you know what I mean? It's art at the end of the day, right? So you cannot be taught that art gene, that creative gene, that gene that makes you a little bit different than the rest, right?
Else.
Exactly. So we have to make sure, because rappers do the most to make rapping seem easy. I'm not a rapper, I'm a hustler. You know what I mean? I can teach people how to rap. We gotta make sure we preserve this, folks. Like, we gotta make sure this isn't normal for motherfuckers like Nas and Ghostface Killer to be walking around. Those are legit, other types of folks. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure at the end of the day that, yes, you can be taught how to put words together. You can be taught what 16 bars is. You can be taught how to, make a song. But you can't be taught how to make great art. You know what I mean? So we have to make sure we always throw that in.
You can't be taught life.
That too.
You gotta live it.
You know what I mean?
It's like the life influences the bars, right?
I mean,
Exactly.
just like think about it, bro. It's like even those examples like Ghost and Ray, like these dudes had very serious life situations.
Right.
Jay-Z being a ultimate hustler. Nas being, I honestly I'm not too familiar with Nas being on some like street shit as far as like hustling and being outside, but I've always been aware of him being a student and just an observer of just his surroundings.
Right.
He puts
You scribbled in your notepad and created your life. Just say it.
I'm not saying
The
it.
look on your face is priceless, John. Back that SL, man. Oh
I ain't
my
gonna lie,
God,
your face
nigga.
was
Yo, nigga, John, yo. Come on.
but more or less it's like, it takes that it takes experiences, bro. More or less. It's like you gotta.
Why'd you do that?
I had to, bro. That face was priceless. We got it when we play that. You gotta do the face
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, legit.
He was like,
like,
too. I was looking at Sin like, Sin, you not catching this?
Nah, because I didn't want to look in his direction. As soon as he started saying what he was saying,
Some real
I
hip hop
was
shit
not
going on
looking
right here, right
in
now,
his
dude.
direction.
You gotta be in tune.
Absolutely
man.
not.
Y'all gotta be in tune. Some real hip hop.
He wasn't too. That's why he didn't look. He knew what was going on.
but more or less, it's like I'm saying, it's experiences, man. And you know what? You know what? Even like going to Nas or whatnot, it's like, bro, his brother Jungle was like,
He's out there.
not saying was, still is.
Is.
Very much official. So it's like, it's kind of like me and my younger brother,
Yeah.
He never had to do anything. He watched it all, which is it's a gift and a curse in a way, because sometimes you need that experience. Sometimes you need to feel what that feels like.
Nice.
But on the contrary, it's like, is it something that you really like need presented to you? Do you need to feel what it feels like to sit in a cell? Do you need to feel what it feels like to watch over your back? Do you need to feel what it feels like to, get fucked over on a big business deal? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
That makes for great art.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
There's something valid about that.
The experience of it is the bulk of the art. You know what I mean?
And we always gave people their praise and acclaim for going through that so they can give us said art that way, We never really looked up to the dudes who said, hey, I'm going to rob this bank, or I'm going to do this and that, but they wasn't doing that stuff.
And here's the thing. Some people have the experience, but then it's like, can you rhyme? And this goes out to everybody, even the people that's in those classes. At the end of the day, can you be taught to rhyme like Big? Can you be taught to rhyme like Ghostface? You know what I mean? Can you be taught to rhyme like Prodigy? Like these styles, these stylistic forms that, a lot of these artists just like really just invented themselves. You know what I mean? Like you can try to emulate it, but can you be taught to be exactly that? Can you be taught to be, as proficient as these artists have been and also have the experience? That's a whole other story.
And so, Ace, to bring it back to you.
Yeah.
So, like we mentioned, I want to compliment the brother because just like he mentioned, the good, the bad, and the ugly. His music absolutely reflects that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of artists who they make you feel like shit is all good, make you feel like shit is all bad. We all get money, we all not get money. One thing I appreciate about your music is that it reflects all aspects. You know what I mean? And speaking to you now, speaking to you back then, I can see why you are the way you are. You know what I mean? Now, what Dini mentioned is that you have you're able to mix I don't want to say the old and the new, but the classic and the new, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
And
Classic
one thing
and
about
modern.
that, I gotta say that because they call me the voice. I used to be the voice of the young people. They call me the voice. But one thing I gotta say is that your IG aesthetics are next level, bro. I gotta say that. You gotta put me on. Like why are you so fly on IG, bro? What's going on?
Your world building on Instagram is very much
elite,
focused.
It's crazy.
You got to teach a class on that.
Crazy.
You got to help niggas get their shit on that.
Yo,
Real talk. School us, man.
Man, it's just, man, I don't know, man. I just
Everything is deliberate on your Instagram, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing that's just because on it.
I feel like I was. Yo, it sounds
maybe that's
crazy.
the magic.
It
Maybe
sound-
it is just because, and it just ends up being like super
Shit,
dope.
yeah,
I feel like
teach, son.
to an extent it's just because, but then another part of me is like everything is strategic. Everything is very like, I have a high infatuation with like, mafia shit. And it's crazy because people think mafia, they think negatives, but I think structure. And I like to just put things together to where people are gonna look at it and they know that they're gonna be captivated by it.
Your word.
It's not like, I don't know, bro. Like people, I don't know, man. It all boils down to just my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Just being that young kid and just, watching these dudes just, Lexuses and Benzes, excursions, expeditions, big chains, big systems, beautiful women, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It really boils down to that, bro. It's like I can't even describe like my aesthetic because it's just, I literally just go through my photo album and be like, we need this, we need that, we need that, we need that. We're gonna put that together and this is gonna make this.
But the fact
And
that
it
you
does
even have
every
that
time.
vision
Right.
to even know to take the
Nah,
picture
you're right. You're
is-
right.
is clutch.
Because you know what it is? Let me tell you something, man. And this is the first time that I've ever, this is the first time I'm ever speaking on this.
New shit on the Rap Roundtable. Talk
But,
about it.
Yes, sir.
Yo, I birthed
The
a
Rap
lot of shit.
Roundtable.
I birthed a lot of shit, and I birthed a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Speak
We
on
got the word
And,
on that, by the
um,
way. We got the word on
Speak
that.
on
And the difference between me and a lot of people is that I find no joy in exposing anything. I find I gain no points off of saying, yo, this nigga, I gave him his style, or this nigga dressed like this because of me, or this person fucking moves like this. I gain nothing off that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because I already did my job.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying with that? Like, I already gave you what you needed for you to be who you are.
You get more joy in seeing him take that gem.
I get even more joy when I gave you something good, and now for some reason we're not on good terms. Because now at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you could be whoever you are to these people, but you forever my son.
I know you.
Real talk.
Bars.
That's
I know
L.
you.
I
So-
made you. Why would I play you?
And let me tell you, and it's a lot. It's a lot, bro. It's right in front of your eyes, bro. You just gotta pay attention, bro. It's a lot, bro. Look at myself being a Latino artist, man. That's your first start. You leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, I've always been fly, bro. I've always been ahead of the game, bro. I was that kid staying up to fucking 4 a.m. listening to DJ K Slay.
Shout out to
Oh
K-Slay.
man,
Oh,
lock in.
peace.
You heard?
On my Kobe,
Drama
on my
King.
Kobe little headphone shit, my little radio Kobe shit.
I
I
remember
was
them.
like, I was doing that shit, bro. I was the dude copping bootleg CDs from Broadway Junction,
Yes.
going home having to
Junction.
hide them shits
Yo,
from my
the
parents.
Junction, boy.
Junction
You know what I'm
go
saying?
down.
My father would see a hip hop CD, he'll break that shit. What you doing listening to this
I
shit?
already know.
My pops too, bro.
My
Some
pops,
gangster
my
shit.
pops is Dominican. Like Dominican.
So he don't want that.
So he's like, go to school, get a job, do right. He ain't trying to hear no shoot him up, fuck
Facts.
a bitch. You know what I mean? What else drugs?
I'm getting
I
money.
know Black Eye Dominican.
He looking at
Was
he
he on
looking at that shit, huh?
Was he on that? I know Black Eye Dominican.
Yeah.
I know black.
he was
It's real, yo.
he
it's
was
real
heavy.
thing,
He
bro.
was heavy on that. Yo, stop, yo. he was heavy on that. Yo, stop listening to that hood music.
Yeah,
I respect it. My pops on the same
Like he
type
was
of time.
heavy.
Listen,
he was,
I got in trouble for bringing Little Kim hardcore home.
Ooh,
I already
man,
know.
that
We
Lil'
all
Kim
all from the same
hardcore,
time.
man,
Playing
that
that
got
cover.
all of us in
What
trouble,
is that?
man,
Then
I
she
ain't
put
gonna
the CD. My mom's put the CD on in the movie theater skit when niggas beating off in the movie
the
theater.
butter, extra butter.
Yo,
let me tell you,
I
my
was
pops,
cooked.
I done bought. Much respect to Sean. I probably bought at least 10 of your fucking albums on bootleg, bro.
Sean
Same one over and over.
The Sean, the self-titled Sean tape, this first one.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Shit that had Bad Boys on
on
it.
the telephone.
Yeah.
She called my phone. Yeah, that was on them.
Bonnie and Sean, a commission. There's so many excellent records
Bro,
on
the
that.
commission was crazy, man.
Um,
That's Nasheem.
But yo, my pops broke mad at them fucking tapes, bro.
Shout out to Pops.
Like he was like, no, we not crack. Like he'll break that shit in front of me, and I'll be like, I'm
gonna buy another one.
I'm gonna go
When
cop
you
another
leave and I
one.
get out of school tomorrow, I'm going right
Back
there
at
and
it.
buying that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But
I was born and raised in that neighborhood right there.
Life is
So
crazy,
it's
bro.
like,
I ain't gonna lie, I'd have been too ashamed to go to the bootleg nigga buying that shit bad times. I'd have been thinking like this nigga probably why this nigga buying this shit so much time. I would have overthought it.
Nah, because I was dedicated. I was a fan of that shit, bro. Like when you gotta understand, like I was brought up on like Big, like I really fuck with Big, man. Like for real. When Big died, it was like what's left. Then when Sean came out, it's like, who the fuck will not fuck with us? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I'll bang and let your fucking brains hang,
pussy.
snitches. Like I was like, oh, this nigga, yo, man. And on top of that, I'm like, yo, he ain't some fat black nigga. He's like this nigga's like my man Brandon. He don't like Brandon, you know what I'm saying? What's skinny then? So I'm like, yo, this nigga fly. I fuck with him. And yeah, bro, I spent so much money on broken CDs, man. But you know what it was? It's the dedication, man. It's like when you love something, it don't matter. You're just gonna keep going back.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you
right.
give things a chance, because you really never know. Like our first introduction to you, me and Sin, was that shout out to Def Soldier, by the way.
Shout out Def Soldier, Big
that-
Bronx.
Big Bronx shit.
Shout out.
Soldier.
Social Misfits. Shout out.
You dig?
Yes,
Bad
sir.
influence shit.
Yes,
So,
sir. Definitely bad influence. Shout out.
We were at his album release party. It was 42 Square Miles, and you were on one of the skits.
I was on one of the skits, man. Yeah, I'm super grateful. I'm super blessed for that.
Rapper,
Thank you.
producer, I still shoot you.
Rapper, producer. Yeah, it's the truth, bro. It's like, you know, who you are and what you do, you just gotta be good at it, bro. Like some people I don't play basketball as good as other people, bro. I don't play baseball as good as other people. I don't cook as good as other people, bro. I don't dress as good as other people, bro. Whatever is your niche, it's like, bro, follow that shit, bro. Don't try to be like multifaceted and 100 fucking things, bro. It's like, nah, leave that shit alone. Find the lane and get busy on that, bro. Like that's really how I see it.
Ace, the life coach.
And you know how ain't no coaches over music. So when Coach gave you the cosign, I was like, hold on, this might be a little something here. And then that's when we caught you at the Chinatown. Shout out to Chinatown Sound. And we really got to chop it up. And that's where Rome came through and said, yo, y'all niggas gotta hear this nigga's tape. You know, we're all like Jarv said, man, we be skeptical because everybody says listen to this person's tape.
We all are.
New York niggas.
It's
what we do.
We all are. Trust me.
Niggas was impressed, man. You was the topic of discussion in the group chat for a good minute.
Literally the next
appreciate
morning,
that.
bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Like the next morning, Job hit the chat. Like y'all better listen to this shit.
Anytime I crack new music, it gotta be in the whip. I gotta go on a long drive. That's how I lock into my music. And I'm like, oh shit. All right, Ace.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you undersell or over deliver. You know what I mean? Because you ain't really pop your shit that night.
Honestly, that's
chill.
You was laid back. You was cooling.
Well, you popped a
Nah,
lot
but
of
you know
shit,
what?
but it wasn't about the music.
About
You know what I'm
rapping.
saying? It wasn't about the music, bro.
You know what?
talk about it, man. That's Ace right there. Ace gonna
feel
pop
him.
some shit. That's a fact.
Nah, I feel him because the same way I walked into tonight, like, yeah, this beat is, I don't know, I didn't get the mix right. You know what I mean? Now I'm listening to this shit, I'm like,
This
yo,
shit fire.
I should have been popping my shit.
That's why
heavy
we don't
about
listen
this
to
shit.
you when you talk about your beats. We none of us do. You ain't catch on
I
to
mean,
that
but
yet.
I feel him though.
I said, but this beat is fire though. Like that's
Different.
it.
It's
There's some
Gucci. I
shit
love
you
this
can
beat.
talk to niggas on this beat, bro.
Facts. So Ace, that's the thing because you know what? You're so meticulous, right?
Yeah,
Everything.
facts.
You know what I mean? And I respect that as a person who likes to overthink shit.
Yeah, I'm a super overthinker.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
See, I'm saying.
When I listen to that tape,
Keeps you sharp.
what I noticed about you, and I feel like because you come from my time, when you were writing the lyrics for each song, right? Were you thinking about because you use a lot of sound effects, a lot of world buildings, you tried to make everything like cinematic.
Yeah.
Was that in your mind as you were writing the bars, or was that something that came after the fact?
Some of them was on the spot. Some of them I listened to it a couple times. I said we should add that.
Okay.
You know,
I like that.
But you know, it's just like, you know, I remember listening to old albums and whatnot, and it's like, you know, one thing that was popular back in the 90s that's like not so popular now is like niggas fucking bitches on tracks. Like you remember when it was they have a whole bitch moaning and all that shit.
The pun skit.
Pun.
Biggie did it, you know what I'm
So
saying?
I was always just a fan of like,
What you want, baby?
you
What you
know?
want?
But that's the
I
thing.
was always a fan of
Everything
like,
is just
yeah.
rap. Like I like when albums have a whole world surrounding it.
cinematic
You know what I mean?
feel.
Have it feel.
Can I drop a hot take?
Go ahead, bro.
I really miss skits, bro.
Yes.
Yes.
I miss skits. There are
Yeah.
people out there that absolutely abhor skits. And I'm like, bro, the skits gave like that glue and cohesion between songs sometimes.
Yeah.
Or just,
A little intermission,
you know,
what I'm saying?
you know what I mean? Or it let you know something about the person that was not covered in the song, but now you hear the skit and you're like, oh, this person's funny.
Bro.
Oh, or this person went through this. You know what I mean? It was
Even
part of
little
the
shit
world building.
like Mase rapped about he's gonna be on a jet somewhere, and then you hear the fucking airplane sound effect.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
love the airplane sound.
Come on, bro. ASAP. I forgot what song it was that he was talking about. They spotted the nigga over there. Oh, yo, he over there. You hear the ad-libs, Ace over there, telling
Ill
he over there
shit.
type shit. And I'm like, yo, this nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want them to
That's
feel
that
it,
bad
bro. Like
boy
I
shit.
You're
like,
supposed
I
to
want
feel
you to
it.
feel that shit. Like if we're in a dilemma, I want you to feel how intense that shit is. If we're fucking popping bottles on a fucking yacht, I want you to feel how
Yes,
good that
That's
shit
a
feels.
fact,
bro.
bro.
That's missing
You know,
today.
That's what the
You
music
want-
is supposed to do.
There was
And-
some at some point some skits got went overboard, but like those
Yeah.
Even those
listen,
used to be classic,
but
though. It used to be
the-
like, yo, this
the-
skit is so bad.
the only Built for Cuba Link skits where you just like you hear Ray and Ghost talking and it's like you see them talking.
Blue
Like,
and cream.
the blue and
Yeah,
cream
yeah.
shit. I seen it.
I mean, yo,
Shark
Zenith,
biters.
you know what I mean?
even with like you know, and I mean this on a subject of, you know, educational subject, not a. It's not, no malice is behind what I'm gonna say, but like even when like Ghost was like, oh, I see niggas doing a certain cover like this,
Right,
and niggas
yeah.
biting the shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Shark
we knew
biters.
what that was about, but we appreciated how genuine it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we appreciated it was like, yo, nigga, I don't want no, like, fuck out, like you biting my nigga shit. Like,
Right.
like
Right.
the fuck out of
Nobody
here, homie.
biting
Like,
my
the
shit.
fuck is this? Like, we
Shark
ain't
biting skit.
accepting that.
Classic, man.
And we respect it. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's like, it's belittling another man, but it's still like, yo, but it's real. That's how
Yeah.
he feel.
And it's a part of the lore of,
It's
of
Yeah.
culture,
That's how
bro.
he
Right.
feel.
Even the 36 Chambers shit, like, is he dead? What you mean, is he
Yeah.
dead? He was laid out like
Yo,
a
where my
newborn
killer
baby.
tape
You know what
at?
I'm saying? Like, come
Get
on.
your
Where my
big
killer
avians
tape?
off my mom's table.
Yo,
Like classic
Come on,
shit, bro.
Like, come on.
I mean,
telling
bro, even Knowledge God by Raekwon. If I'm not mistaken, I think them niggas is sniffing coke in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Niggas like,
Yeah. Yo, bro, the way I lost
yo,
my
I don't know if
mind.
they was or they wasn't, but to me, it
but
sounds like they was.
But
And I
they
was like,
set the
I fucks with
scene,
was,
bro.
man.
Talk.
I fucks with this shit,
Remember
man.
What was the
Ghetto
first
Boys?
song on
Dr.
Cuba Links?
Dre
Knuckleheads?
Smoke?
It was Knuckleheads, right?
Um,
I don't remember, but the first song didn't really hit me like that, and I was like, but then when Knowledge God came
Knowledge
on, and
God was like,
I heard the
fake niggas throw shit in they drink.
Yo,
Tough
the
nights,
sniffs.
politics with
They did
Africans
their
and
bumps,
chicks.
and then the beat
Yo,
came on.
Fire.
Yo, Ray, let me tell you,
I lost
Raekwon,
my mind when Knowledge God came.
man, I got so much love for Ray, man.
Yeah,
that
man.
dude is
Cinematic.
He's a
Oh,
gem.
man. Just
Cinematic.
He's a
Legend.
gem, bro.
I
Legend.
need those cinematic bars.
Hip
back,
hop's
bro.
greatest
That's
crew.
why
no
I'm telling
question.
you, I had to ask Ace because I'm like, he really put the thought into that, and that comes from growing up with that type of shit and bringing it back full circle to where like I want my shit to sound like the shit that I love growing up.
Let me tell you,
know what
I tell you how fly it is, man. My first, well, my only album. So I ain't put out nothing since. But this year I got
That's actually a year, 1 year from like
1 year. December
days.
31st is when I dropped F.M.T.Y. And but I got something real special.
We gonna get into that
Oh,
later. No
man,
spoilers.
I
We gonna get there. We gonna get
let me
there.
tell you-
Sid, I know you got some questions for Ace.
Hold on, before we get into that, like I said, Ray is just, yo, he's a real, like, I remember going downtown to Jimmy Jazz because I knew Ray was gonna be there for a signing. I brought a whole poster. I had an A-Life poster. You remember the A-Life poster?
A-Life, yeah, the brand.
The A-Life poster where he's holding the roses with the 9 million in the joint. It's in my
That's
crib
an
till
era.
today. I got his signature and all that. Yo, I
That's
truly,
era, bro.
I
Yeah,
truly,
that
truly
was a big
appreciate
deal.
that
It was like,
dude, man. Like it's
I had a
something.
pair of Air Life kicks.
It's just something about that guy, man. That's
Air Life was an
just
era.
it's just marvelous. You know what I'm saying? Like I've met him on different occasions, and it's always been love. And I just his whole demeanor, bro. Like I you know, he inspires me to be of his cloth.
Of the
Still
cloth.
sharp.
Is that
Like,
your
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
rapper?
Still sharp too. I don't know if you heard the Kid skit, but
favorite rapper?
killed that Kid shit.
It sounded like it.
I got a lot of favorite rappers. man.
Sean might be up there.
But
Yeah.
no, Sean he's not up there. Respect. He's not up there, but Sean is one of them dudes, like I love his music, but he's not in my top 5 or top 10. But yo, I love your fucking music, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Say it.
But like Ray, Prodigy, Pun,
Prodigy.
those dudes are definitely in the top. Bro, those dudes are like crazy.
Wordsmiths.
That's a
Pen-
nice
all those
three
pens
right
are
there.
elite.
I ain't
Pun
gonna
shit going on 25 years this year, I think, right? Capital Punishment. 25 this year, I think in April.
You just fucked me up, bro.
Wow.
You really just fucked me up.
25 years.
It is 2023, 1998.
Money,
Yes,
money,
25.
power,
Correct,
money,
in
power,
April.
respect just made 25 years.
In April.
Damn,
Yes,
Hard
I
Knock
remember
Life
when-
about to make
I
25.
That was a January album,
bro.
Shit.
Like we're
Wow.
living life, my nigga. Like
Wow.
life.
Capital
Talking.
Punishment made me lose my mind too, man.
Yo, that album was so fucking.
I remember listening to the first time I was coming back and forth from college. I was taking some time off at the time, so you know what I mean. But I still had a girl back there, so you know I would visit back and forth, whatever.
Reasons.
And yeah, reasons. And like I caught the CD, but I ain't throw it on till like I was on the bus, and I was like in the back of that bus on my way upstate, losing my fucking mind, man. Capital Punishment. Yo, R.I.P. to Pun, man. So-
Yeah, man.
R.I.P. Big Pun.
Shouts to
Yo,
Pun, man.
RP Pun, man.
Shout out to
because
Minnesota, too,
He
man.
just
Shout out.
he was so necessary.
Absolutely.
He was just so
The
necessary.
game needed Pun. We
And-
needed a
and-
nice Spanish nigga to cook.
That's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
fact.
And it-
Nice,
it's just
nice is an understatement, though.
It's just,
Like,
you know, you gotta realize everything he brought, bro. It's like he was such a character in himself, bro. This is a 500-pound dude that raps better than
Bronx,
all
New
you
York.
niggas.
Talk about it.
Sound you talk about
On
it.
top of that, this nigga is really about that. On top of that, this nigga's
Pun's a real nigga.
his
Yeah.
gun game is crazy.
Bottles to the head.
Like
Yeah.
he's just
He was really about that.
Nigga was on his shit, man.
Listen.
Shout out to Pun.
But I digress. Go ahead.
oh shit, man. Wow, man.
didn't deserve that.
Wow. That was
We even
yo,
now.
man.
Early, for the earlier nah shit.
didn't say anything.
Nah, but we saw what happened. Y'all saw what happened.
Pun was
I was looking at
Job
it because I didn't
did.
want to look at it. I didn't want to give him the
Job
satisfaction.
did.
Fuck that shit.
Shouts to Pun, man. One of the illest ever, man.
Fuck out of here. But
Legendary shit.
let me get to some questions, man, because
Yes,
I want
sir.
to
Yeah.
find out a little bit more about you, man.
All right.
So Mase touched on the aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram, your stories, your posts, and whatever.
Fly shit.
Fly shit, you know, you curate them well, but I also notice there's a lot of love for New York,
Yeah.
right?
We need it.
We absolutely need it. There's a lot of love and respect. You are unapologetically New York. Do you feel like New York is getting the love that it deserves or the respect that it deserves right now? And if not, what can New York do to get that love back?
Great question.
All right, New York. This is how I go with New York, man. New York needs to just get his identity back. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes,
we
sir.
from New York. New York is, you know, bro. We get money niggas, bro. We the flyest niggas ever, bro. We the niggas that bag the baddest bitches, drive the fastest cars, man. Live in the best houses, man. Sell the best drugs, man. Make the most money. That's us. At least for what I understand.
This hip hop
So-
shit is us, man.
You know what I'm
think I
saying? Like,
understand
bro,
the same
we
thing.
we created this shit, man. This shit was created in the Bronx, man. You know what I'm saying?
Big
Hip hop
Bronx.
was created in the Bronx, New York. Cedric Ave, man, to be exact.
Cool Herc.
You know what I'm saying?
Disco
So-
Danny, what up?
It's New York never lost, ever. You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
fact.
New York
I
never
feel
lost, but
Way too.
the unity, I guess the unity was lost in New York for
That's a
little
fact.
Mm.
That's a fact.
while. New York never lost though. We always, New York is always gonna be New York. You can't take New York.
That's
Fact.
a fact.
Bro, but you know what it is? It's like it's no different from a one-man team compared to a 10-man team. You know what I mean? Atlanta, down south, I'm gonna just use Atlanta for a good example because they're killing it.
They get along really well, man.
But those dudes are like, aside from everything that we don't see behind closed doors, but what we see that's displayed, it's like, it's like, yo, it's like the whole fucking hood is together.
Yeah.
You heard? It's like 100 motherfuckers in a video.
Good talk.
But in New York, it's like, it used to be like that, bro. I mean, go back to the old videos. Like, go back to like, what's that one Fat Joe video?
Where Common was in it,
where he's
and
having
Nas
a
was
toast.
in it.
Where he's putting a toast. He's like, damn, I forgot which one that is, man. But he had everybody
There's a lot
in the
of videos
shit.
like that from New York.
Yeah.
He had everybody in that
Was
shit.
it from Jealous One's Envy or the
Don Cartagena.
Don Cartagena?
Don Cartagena.
Don
It was Don Cartagena. It was I think it was success. I think it was hustling is the key to success.
Oh, that was
Money is the key to
Jealous
sex.
One's Envy. Yeah.
He had everybody in
Yeah,
that video,
he had
bro.
everybody in that.
Everybody. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, that's the thing that's kind of missing in New York. It's like, I feel like people tend to put their own opinions, and their opinion is what's based behind everything. It's like, oh, this is how I feel, so this is how I feel. But it's like, bro, step the fuck out your bubble, bro, and really see shit for what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because little did you
Step
know,
out
if
of your bubble.
you were to present yourself with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, bro, y'all niggas could take this shit to a whole nother fucking level.
Facts.
But the thing about, I'm not gonna say about New York, I'm gonna say about humans. The thing about humans is that, bro, you got some people that are team players.
Yeah.
You got some motherfuckers that just want it all for themselves.
That's a fact. Compete for no reason.
And at the end of the day, I learned more. I gained more and learned more off of being a team player than being someone who's like, no, I just want to be me. Bro, everybody want to be Jay-Z.
Facts.
It's a lot easier to win when
Facts.
you do that like that too.
When Memphis Bleak is rich too.
There we go. Shit.
He's in the will.
Everybody
Come
want to
on.
be Jay-Z.
He's in the well.
Meanwhile, Memphis chilling.
Yeah.
But you know what it is?
No disrespect,
but
man.
Memphis is spoken about as much as Jay-Z. So some people are like, eh. You know what it is?
I respect, if nothing else, I
Listen.
respect the loyalty.
You know what it boils
You know what
down
I'm
to too, bro? Bro, a lot of motherfuckers is just prima donnas.
Usually get
Right.
the
You know what I'm
jumbos.
saying?
Right.
Like, I know motherfuckers who be rapping the hardest shit ever, rapping the toughest shit ever on records, man. And then I meet these motherfuckers in person, I'm like, nigga, you soft.
Real soul.
You are fully soft,
Yeah.
bro. I'll smack your lights off,
I'm
homie.
trying to not laugh, but
And like I
this shit is
said, I'm the
funny.
last nigga for violence, but yo, homie, I'll smack your lights off. You definitely not none of
You're not that.
You just smart.
You're not
That's what I'm
that guy,
saying.
pal. You're
Intelligence
not
is
that
everything.
guy.
I respect
Know what
that.
I'm
You got another question for Ace?
Yeah, man. Earlier, you kind of touched on the Latino presence in hip hop. Relatively recently, there was a little kerfuffle, slight controversy, as far as like
who
social
created
media goes, about
We spoke on it here.
right. We spoke on it
Yeah,
here about how present were Hispanics, Latinos, Puerto Ricans specifically in the creation of hip hop. And a lot of people had a lot to say on social
A
media
lot of
about
mixed
it.
reviews, yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about that whole thing?
shit
What Fat
didn't-
Joe
that
said, the backlash against it. You know, it was all social media stuff. But how did you feel about it?
I feel like education is key, man. I feel like reality is key. I feel like self-awareness is key.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, bro, sometimes your opinion reveals who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Or how much you don't know.
Or how much you don't know.
Right.
Shit.
Exactly. So I look at it like this, man. I'm Dominican, Caribeño. I'm as black as any black viewer watching me tell them that I'm as black. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, it don't matter if blacks or Puerto Ricans made this shit, man. It matters about how we doing and how we doing it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't deny it, bro. Hip hop is a black man's. That's the black man's game, bro.
Yes.
There's no question, bro.
Yes.
Ain't no son. Pardon with son. But ain't no black dude gonna start fucking singing salsa and thinking he about to be the motherfucking
That was my exact response on the pod, bro.
Ain't no black dude about to be on some Mark Anthony shit, thinking he gonna be Mark Anthony.
That's a
like,
fact.
listen, bro,
Talk
you got a
about
lot
it.
of fucking ground to cover before you get there. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about
So,
it, Ace.
I
Ace a
respect
nigga, man.
everyone's outlook, but at the end of the day, bro, son, we all one. We all equal, even as humans. Niggas gotta understand that first.
Yeah.
And then it's like, bro, fuck who created it, man. Look what the fuck we created.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole.
Who gives a
Where's
fuck
that
man?
now?
Yo, who gives a fuck about who put this or who put? I don't give a fuck who put the lettuce or he put the tomato.
It's the genre for
sandwich
the
is
youth,
popping.
man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? The
Facts.
sandwich is lit. I don't care who put this or that.
That's a Dini.
You put the oil, I put the vinegar. Who made this shit to sell?
You know the vibes.
And Ace, you touched on it. You know what I mean? You touched on it a little earlier. It's like it's a particular relationship that blacks and Latinos in New York have,
rap
where we just feel
roundtable.
like we are all one.
We
You know
grew
what
up
I'm saying?
together,
Like,
B.
Bro, because
so,
you know what it is? Let me tell you something, man. This is a subject a lot of people don't speak about, man. It's like, yo, me being Latino, right? You being black. We could be walking on the same sidewalk, man. Rather than looking at each other as equals, bro, we look at each other like, yo, what this nigga about to do? But you know why? That's the fear that whoever, 'cause we ain't gonna get into politics,
Right.
Yeah,
but that's the fear that whoever instilled in us. Bro.
facts.
Them.
Like we
They
so scared of ourselves.
They them.
We so scared of ourselves that motherfuckers can't even appreciate their own brother or their own sister. Cause we so scared of ourselves. And then it's so fucked up because nigga, we glorify so much of this bullshit that we tend to forget that it's like, yo, when you're not selling drugs and when you're not busting guns, you're still going home and hugging your mother.
Yeah, real talk. Or
Not-
kissing
not
your
Just like I
kids.
do,
You've
just like
heard?
you do, just like we all do.
Not to mention that there's a certain, like the listener gets to turn that off and goes back to life.
And
while these niggas still live that life, so
Real
it's a
talk.
different aspect.
fact, bro.
Exactly.
It's like, bro, like, bro,
That's
even
an ill point.
I hate to put it like this, but bro, look at drill music. The whole concept is about violence.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So motherfuckers that put that shit on and have a good night at the club, go home and go to fucking work at a hospital.
You feel me?
Fact.
Oh,
Meanwhile, the motherfucker doing it, it's like, nigga, a nigga want to take my fucking head off every fucking day, every second of the day.
Real
Motherfuckers
talk.
ready to boom my whole fucking shit. Pause.
And that's the life they live, man. It's a wild
It's all
life.
entertainment,
Wow.
man. People gotta understand the difference between entertainment and reality, bro. And that's why with me, with my music, it's like I understand the entertainment aspect and I understand the reality aspect. And it's just like I know how to meet that shit together. You know, I know the median in that. You know what I'm saying?
Not a lot
that's,
do.
That's you know, I don't. Bro, you fuck yourself over thinking you're gonna live your life on records.
Oh man.
Talk
Real
about
shit.
it.
You fuck
Speak
yourself
on
over.
that, bro.
You fuck yourself
That's
over.
real shit.
Ace coming through with the gems.
That's a fact.
Life
man.
coach Ace SL.
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
ill
Yo,
nigga, man. Like,
Let me tell you like
Yeah.
this, man. Let me tell you like this, man. I'm not gonna say what artist told me this, man, but a good artist told me this, and he said like this. He says, "Yo, bro, the difference between you and a lot of niggas is that you it. You don't gotta rap. You walk in a room, niggas know you in the room. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta say a word. As soon as I walk in, it's like, Tupac, all eyes on me. Real shit.
I mean, we
And
were
I-
in the room with him.
And let me tell you, I've been like
happened.
that. I've
It's a
been
fact.
like that, bro. I've been like that since like 10th grade. Because my whole, I guess you say my whole junior high school experience was just education. I went to a public high school. I went to West Sounds High School. That was the first time I started experiencing life. 9th grade, niggas was fucking me up. 10th grade, I said, I ain't having it. And that's what created, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what
your
created
origin
a
story?
whole different
The monster.
animal. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Heard.
and I was just like, nah, I'm smart and I'm dangerous? Nah, you what? Nah, it's up. It's up.
All right.
up.
Let's get back into the pod on the music side.
Yes, sir.
There was a post on in the group chat. I think Sincere threw it in there about producers as far as Ron Browse, was it?
Ron
Who
Browse.
said that today's producers are not as known as yesteryear's producers. I don't know how to feel about that. Sincere as a producer, what do you think about this whole idea that today's producers aren't as known as yesteryear's producers?
So the point that Ron Browse made, pardon me, I might slur a little bit. But he was
second one real slow.
he was doing an interview, and they had asked him, the interviewer asked him this very same question. His answer was, he was like, I got you. I know exactly why. producers aren't as well known as like past year's producers. Everybody sounds the same. And the reason that everybody sounds the same is because everybody is getting the same kits, getting the same drum kits, copping the same sample packs, copping the same loops, right? And it's not even the producer's fault. It's just the era that we live in, right? It's the internet age where everything is accessible.
Yeah.
So
100%.
you go on the internet and you're like, yo, I need some new sounds, right? And so you go and find some new drum kits, some new sample pack, but eventually everybody starts going to the same sounds and the same sample packs, right? Everybody starts dipping into the same well, and when everybody starts dipping in the same well, everybody starts sounding the same.
Right.
Real so there's that point, and I think I've made this point before, but the other point that I want to make is, in that along that same vein with the internet age, if you want to find a beat, you go on SoundCloud,
YouTube.
on BeatStars, on YouTube, on there's another one, I forget the name of it now, but
Sincere type beat.
and you type no lie, you type in J. Cole type beat, Drake type beat, you know what I mean, Future type beat. We just saw the story, we shared it in the group chat. J. Cole, literally I guess he had writer's block when he was in a funk, or he was trying to get himself out of the being stuck in the mud, and he just went on YouTube and he typed in J. Cole type beat. The first beat he found, he fucking wrote to it and recorded to it, and then he gave it to the producer. Shouts to him.
Shouts to Jermaine. I hate on you crazy. That's changer, bro.
Because a lot of niggas don't do that shit.
Nah. Absolutely, they definitely don't.
Before you continue, can I just go on a quick tangent? I want to emphasize how ill what J. Cole did, because I saw another rapper go on Instagram, right, and he screen grabbed a video of a content creator, the Easy Experience. Shout out to you, Ease, where he's talking about. I don't want to put the rapper on blast. I'm not gonna say his name. I know who I'm talking about. He did a whole reaction to this rapper's album. The rapper posted it on Instagram. It didn't even tag the content creator.
Wow.
That's Ease. But he's taking the adulation that Ease is putting on him. But you couldn't get that man that tag.
That's not it.
So to hear Cole do that for this producer, to Sid's point, is ill to me, because niggas be flirting on that tag, bro.
Producer's name was Batman, by the way. Just to give him his respect, the producer's name was Batman.
And that's how you know J. Cole is a real one. This is why I respect J. Cole.
Yeah.
I haven't been a fan from day one. I've been a more recent fan from the music that he's put out more recently. The way he's been like demolishing feature verses and guest spots and shit. And the album. I fucked with the last album too. But you could just tell that J. Cole is a real one, man. Like, he's just like one of us.
Down to earth.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit. We might want to holler at him. He might.
The dude rides his bike in fucking New York.
Yo,
bro.
he might pop on
He's
the
as real
pod.
as it gets, bro. You might see him on a
You
city
might
bike.
need to hire J.
Oh,
Cole to get a
man.
placement. Shit.
Get him on a pod.
Hold on, yo, that dude is
Pull up, Cole.
But back to the point. The other side of that is that's how accessible producers are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And why spend whatever price tag a Just Blaze has or Timbaland has? You can go on YouTube and try to find the next big producer for a fraction of the cost, and just make a song to that,
Right.
and be hungry. But the thing is that the now you fall down a perpetual rabbit hole where it's like, because you find the next big producer, but then you find the next bargain, and you find the next cheap price tag. So now you're trying to find the next big producer, right? And it just goes down that rabbit hole. And what we end up with is a landscape and a climate where no one producer can really gain footing in that type of climate. You know what I mean?
And see, that's an era specific type of thing, right? So you got, like, just like in the NBA, we ain't got the mid-range game anymore, right?
Only DeMar DeRozan.
You know what I'm saying? An older relic at this point. So that's the thing. So the talent pool is bigger, right? And at one point in 1997, you had to get in the studio, you had to pay for studio time, you had to be a signed rapper. There were a lot of obstacles that stopped everyone from being able to just be in this thing like in 2023, right? So now you could go find some 16-year-old dude from Milwaukee that's making some crazy beats, harder than the the 250K price tag that somebody else might do. Same thing with rappers, right? There's more rappers, there's more producers. That's why there aren't the singular 5 rappers. You see how he named earlier the brand rappers. Nowadays, you could, your 10 favorite might be different than my 10 favorite nowadays. There's just so much content and so much to be able to just go seek out. You don't even got to buy CDs anymore. You pay your $10 a month and listen to everything that's out. That's a fact. So it's very difficult for shit to be censored and specific the way it was in an era where you had a Scott Storch and you had a Timbaland. It's just so much out there. You know what I mean?
I think that's funny, Mase, because before this topic was even an option for us, I would have thought that today's era is the producer era, because it was beaten into our head that this is the era of the producer. Every producer has a special tag, for better or worse, like the dude who did the FNF beat.
Right.
What it do, boy? Like that tag is garbage. You know what I'm saying? And then you got guys like Metro Boomin who just dropped a whole album. Before that, DJ Mustard was the creme de la creme producer. These guys who had like mega runs. So I would have believed that their time and this time is the producer's time. But until Sid just made the point about everybody sounding the same, it kind of made sense to me. Because we spent a lot of time on this show talking about how Timbaland changed the game. Hip hop had a specific sound. Then when Timbaland came through, it was like, what is this?
Right.
Then he became Then he became an event producer. And then after him, we had the Neptunes. They became an event producer because we had whoever was doing like Trackmasters, the Hitmen, Supremo, these guys, they had a certain template that they followed. But then when you got with the Neptunes and Timbaland, it was some out of this world sounding type shit, and it made you seem like if Mase is dropping his debut album, like Jadakiss as an example, Kiss' first single was with a Neptunes beat because the labels decided that if you got next to the Neptunes, you were gonna get radio play. So now that I'm seeing what Sid is saying, it's like, oh shit, yeah. Because I came in to argue against it. Nah, it's just the producer's time. But if I'm making drill type beat, Mase type beat, Deanie type beat, Ace type beat, and it's all the same drum patterns, it's the same 808s, it's the same kind of like aesthetic. The melodies might be different, but it's the same shit. How does the producer eat? Go ahead, Sam.
I'll take it one step further. The way technology is right now, it's not just that you can share samples and sounds. You can share entire MIDI melodies. Right? And if y'all know about what MIDI is and how it works, it's basically when a note plays, what note is played and when it plays. So you share a file that basically says this note is played at this time and this other note is played at this time. You share that file, you can load up whatever sound you want, and it's basically the same melody, just with different sounds. It's crazy.
I kid you not, bro. There's literally websites where you can put a song in and they'll show you the pattern. I mean, the exact pattern. Any song, they'll show you how it went, what was done with it. I mean, they're fucking, they're giving it to motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're fucking spoon feeding.
Think about it, like Pop Smoke, when he dropped, what was it? Welcome to the Party and then Dior. It's basically the same beat, no?
Essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit. That's crazy.
Another thing is, like, to Sin's point, like, nowadays they need tags. Because we wouldn't know who made the goddamn beat if it wasn't like
we wouldn't give a fuck because it sounds the same.
Back in the day, point. You heard RZA, you heard them Kung Flu chops.
You knew them.
You heard a beat that had the heavy drums with the scratches. You knew it was a Primo.
You know it was from
You heard some eclectic ass sounds. You knew it was somewhere in the realm of Timbo or Neptunes with those funky.
That electronic.
There you go.
Or even Timbaland.
Everyone had a sound. Even Ron Browns.
You knew Primo shit. You knew Dr. Dre's shit. You knew everybody's shit.
Back in our day,
Another
we
one.
knew our favorite producers by the drums they used.
There you go.
That's
drums,
so crazy.
the sound.
But today, everybody's
That's
kind of in the
100%
same
right.
boat.
You guys are 100%
So you don't really know who's doing what without the tag. Take Keith on it. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
really know.
That's
Exactly.
Shout out to Take Keith. I fuck with Take Keith.
I love Take Keith.
Yeah.
You know, let's get into this Young Thug thing before Walter kicks us out. We got to get into the stretch run. So there was some news recently that Young Thug had someone try to pass him a perk in the courtroom. So, you know, we went from the story being that everyone is turning against him. They're what is it, copping taking plea deals or whatever the case may be.
Right.
To now you trying to have a guy sneak you a perk while your case is being recorded. Mase, I know you're not the voice of the young people, but I'm really
coming to you.
I'm really
though.
perplexed as to. I don't want to call that man stupid because he's a millionaire. He made a way in America. Let's be clear.
Right.
Young Thug figured out how to get a bag in America. It's hard as fuck to do. But boy, in this time, it sure looks like it's getting late early for Young Thug.
Right. Now, Jaw, you pointed out perfectly why I kind of, grew a little bit tired of being the voice of the young people. I got tired of talking about perks in prison.
Negativity,
You feel what I'm saying?
Perks in prison.
So, but when I saw this, the biggest thing I thought to myself was like, you know what? This really more than anything showed me how down bad Thug was.
Mase,
you know
can
what
I
I mean?
tell you what I thought?
What's that?
the fuck?
Hey,
Why would you do that?
why would you do that? And it's like, yo, you risked all that for one perk, for one high. You know what I'm saying? That's crackhead shit, y'all. I'm sorry, it really is.
It is.
I can
And-
hear them perkies calling.
And,
Come on, bro.
yeah, and it's like, damn,
Actually,
like
they
I don't
ringing
know,
his line.
right? And it's like,
Free Thug, man.
Free Thug.
I really hope this gets figured out.
It's over with.
Free
over,
Thug,
bro.
but it's
Barbecue
looking
chicken.
bad, and it's like, damn, it's like, it really made me feel, because it's like, you on trial, you doing your thing, you feel like, man, I'll go back to my vices when this shit is done. But this shit kind of signified to me that Thug, even his kind of like feeling of what was happening was a little bit lower. You know what I mean? So I kind of, when I saw it, I kind of just felt bad, felt sorry for the
like he
nigga,
feels
man.
defeated.
Yeah, man. And homie crashed out because now he had to ingest all the pills. He almost went out like Juice WRLD, man. Like it was bad out here,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Like
Rough.
What?
Rough.
Yeah.
I missed that part of the story.
Yeah, I
He
missed that
basically
too. You gotta put
he
me
downed
on.
the stash.
Yeah,
once
because
they
there was
caught on to
more
him.
where that came from.
Right.
Yeah.
So what, he had like a whole little bag of goodies in his
Stash on
pocket.
him.
You know, one
Try to
you can't
hold one
pop
down,
just
and they
one.
had to
It's
throw
like
the whole
Pringles for these
joint.
And
niggas.
apparently
Yeah.
somebody's mom got caught trying to sneak some shit in.
Tobacco products
Yeah, it's like
in a bag
man.
of
like
clothes.
boys, like and again,
bro.
You got to think about it like this. These niggas take drugs in the happiest of times. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You're locked in. That
imagine
nigga's
when
facing
it-
35, bro. He's
Right.
facing OKD numbers.
and it's like I'm not trying to kick
35.
them when they down, bro. But it's like you got a state RICO charge on your head.
Facts.
Guys are taking deals. Gunna is ducking tomatoes as we speak.
Right.
If there's ever a time to be low and try to be an upstanding citizen,
Tomatoes got it.
it's right now while you're in fucking court, Thug.
Right.
Like you are the leader,
Look
right?
bad, man.
People are dropping like flies. You need to be an upstanding citizen. By doing what you're doing, you're kind of proving the people who took these plea deals right. You're
Exactly.
proving the state of Atlanta who has the RICO charge against you right. Bro, I'm not one to kick somebody when they down, but why the fuck would you want to perk in the fucking courtroom, bro?
Worst hand-to-hand since The Wire.
Come on, bro. And they record every fucking... The nigga went up to give him a pound in the courtroom?
Bro.
What the fuck? Like, what are we doing
The
here?
perk was in Thug's hand for like 2.5 seconds before the fucking court officer called like, bro,
Made him hand it over like when your
Come on,
dog
just
eats
probably-
some
look at
shit
these
he ain't
niggas.
supposed
Look
to
at these
eat.
niggas. Look at this shit. You know
in
what I
front
mean?
of the
He
bailiff.
pulled up immediately.
Bruh.
He knew what was happening. Like
And the thing is, it's like,
it's like interception.
we're in a jury
Sure.
selection process, right? So it's like it's already hard enough to find you know, the 10 white folks in Atlanta who don't know who Young Thug is, right? And then you're in the point where it's like, okay, we making sure they don't know you. In the first moment they see you sneaking perks in the joint, bro. Like, it look bad out here.
Any ability
bad,
for remorse,
man.
any thought people had for remorse that this guy may be turning a new leaf, all that shit is out the window.
Right.
Like, to me, I think that this was the nail in the coffin. To me, after this, Young Thug is going to jail.
Quiet, bro.
Yeah, he's going to prison. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the sympathy play, now you're just a person who makes bad decisions in the eyes of public opinion.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
In the eyes of public opinion. Now, check out to your left. You know what I mean? And I'm concerned about how long he's gonna have to sit on the bench for.
Mm-hmm.
But to Ace now, we talked about the project F.M.T.Y. I want to know just how you put this project together. More specifically for me, selfishly. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm calling an ISO.
Nah, go ahead.
I'm calling an ISO here.
I put this project together.
Hold on. Hold on.
I mean, every song is
Let
different.
him set the table.
I got it. It's about that song, the score, and the sample, and the prestige that goes with that sample.
Facts.
What, like, was there some pressure? What went into that process?
The score was based upon Paid in Full movie.
Yes.
If you listen to it, it makes
Of
all the
course,
sense.
yes.
Yeah, it was based upon Paid in Full.
It made our year-end playlist. I
It
listened to
was-
that song tons of times.
But you know what it was? It was based on Paid in Full of Ace getting away and not dealing with the murders.
I love it.
You know, that's why I said on the fire escape, move out, we burn up off the fire escape. Prior to that, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't get into it now because Lord knows I fucking so many fucking rhymes going through my head. But that one part, it's like it's just it's the part of just like, yo, no one got harmed.
Yeah.
We got in and we got out.
But the beat though, you know when the heads hear that beat.
That's Incarcerated Scarface.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Was that an homage to Raekwon? Like, or you just wanted to try some shit?
Combination. 50-50?
Bro, if I could be honest, bro.
Talk about it.
As you
Speak
should
on
be
it,
at
bro.
you at the rap round
That's
table.
where
All
we
we
at,
want is
man.
honesty, baby.
Yes,
If
sir.
Listen, if I could be honest, bro. Yeah, whoever that producer is, if you see this, bro, just reach out to me. And I'll work a business deal out with you. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Tough.
That was I definitely jacked whoever beat that was. Like,
You heard it here, folks.
And we
that's
are
the first. That's
Get
the
over
first.
here.
You heard it
I
here,
mean, we
folks.
appreciate
I'm just
you
being
for it.
honest. That's the first.
Yes, sir.
Like, I don't know who beat that was. When I heard, I was like, nah, this nigga dead. I was like, I don't know. Like, and you know what it was? I was so young in my career to where it was like, I wasn't at that point to where I'm like, yo, I could reach out to this artist on his email. We can actually do this like the right business way. I was like, nah, nigga, you got. And then it's like when I heard the beat, I was like, yo, this needs a story.
Yeah.
This can't just be like fly bars. This needs a story. And I was like, yo, just that one scene in Paid in Full, bro. Like when Ace, you know, when he got set up and more or less Kev, you know.
So
What he say? Kermit the Frog in the face ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Not Calvin. That was
You know what?
Calvin.
Calvin. There we go.
and that's why I was saying earlier about as far as the thought process of the project. So overall, now, can you tell us about we heard it, we know what this project is about.
Yeah.
But for our listeners, so
Mhm.
why should they and why would they fuck with F.M.T.Y?
Because it's just creativity to a different extent, bro. It's not the usual shoot 'em up. I'm selling drugs. I'm fucked up in the hood. I got a baby mother shit. It's like nah, bro. Like where does your mind really excel? Like how creative are you, bro?
Real
Like
talk.
are you the nigga selling your books on J Street? Or are you a motherfucking Donald Goines, R.L. Stein? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you?
Ooh, that's L.
Talk
You know what I'm
about
saying?
That's L.
Like, and with all due respect to the brothers that's doing their thing, selling their stories, yo, with all due respect, bro, y'all do what y'all do, but it's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a true artist to the shit, man. I'm a true creator. I'm a true visionary. You know what I'm saying? Like what I do is for real, and I'm always be like that, bro. Like I've been like this. Like I put you like this, bro. I've been involved with several teams. I've watched teams grow as I had to break apart. You feel what I'm saying with that? That in itself tells you just where I'm at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've created things that are still going to this day. Whether I get recognition, $1, a praise, anything, I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? A seed is nothing to the grower. You know what I'm saying? I'm the grower, bro. I've been like this for years, bro. For years, I've always been fly, bro. Like I've always from an educational point to the shit I wear, to the shit I rap, to the cars I drive, to the houses I live in, to the bitches I fuck.
It's a lifestyle.
You feel what I'm talking about, bro?
Shit.
It's always been high caliber,
It's a lifestyle.
fly nigga shit. It's never been
You're
slouch
a
shit.
well-rounded individual.
That's it, bro. And it's
He's
even
a New
worse.
York nigga.
And it's
New
even
York
worse.
nigga, man.
It's even worse, man, because my shape up look good, man. It's even worse.
The next
You know what I'm
verse
saying?
get
It's even
worse.
worse, man.
Wait, it gets worse.
There's an MC right now that dropped a whole project based on a fictional character. You know what I mean? And we just talked about,
Yeah.
listen, where people might be getting their inspiration from, we don't know, man.
Hey, I
But
put
listen.
it to you like this, man. Those that know, and those that don't know, they're gonna find out later on. You
Talk
find
about
out.
it.
Y'all
You
gonna
find out.
discover.
You find out when the time is right.
There you
Exactly.
go.
Some people, let me tell you, some people will believe in wrestling for 20 years until the 21st year, they find out that shit ain't real.
Crazy. But let us know what's up next on the docket, man. What's coming up for ASSL?
Up next is I got a new album coming out. It's from what I feel is true, genuine to my heart. It's called Peace of Mind. It's
like
called,
that.
not Peace of Mind, Peace of Mind. And we're gonna do about like a 6-track tape. Every track is phenomenal, excellent. It's artistry at the highest demand. It's
Artistry at the highest demand.
I don't come to play at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the difference between me and a lot of artists is that there's niggas that hit the studio every day can't make a fucking record, bro.
Facts.
I jump in that shit when I move off feeling. I don't move off time. I've been like this.
He knows because he used to manage niggas, so he knows the ins and outs.
Let me
of
tell
this
you,
shit.
I've been like this forever. I don't move off. Like it's niggas that be like, we gotta go to the studio, we gotta make these records. Well, I don't feel like making a record right now.
Yeah, you gotta feel it.
When I feel like
Exactly.
making a record, I'll make a record. And 11 times out of 10, the record is gonna be what the record's gonna be. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because at the end of the day, it's like, I don't have a hit, but all my shit go. Feel what I'm saying with that?
I'm gonna send you some shit, bro.
So it's like, oh yeah,
Hopefully,
we're gonna definitely do
Yeah.
something. 100%.
Talk to that man.
No question on that, man.
Next tape.
Matter of fact, on camera, salute. We're gonna definitely do something.
Latino brothers, we love it here.
Yes, sir. That's gonna be
Salute
ill
to
right
the rap
there.
rap
I ain't
rap
gonna lie to you.
I don't know how much time we have left, but I always ask this one question on the pod. Studio process. When you go into the booth, what goes with you into the booth in order to get that vibe? We know the Henny's on deck.
Not always. Not
Not
always.
always.
Not always. Not always.
Brought
Not
it out of
always.
here, you know.
Alright, you know what? It's like this, man. It's like it all depends on how I feel like when I'm going into the studio. If I feel like I want to rap about women and I want to rap about love and just that nourishment that I give to my females, then I go in there with a nice wine. I put a nice incense, maybe a knock chomper in the air. You know,
That's the comment.
smoke some real good gas. You know,
Good
I pay
grams.
that $100 for that. Hey, fuck it, nigga.
Good
if it
grams.
do it, we do it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Zod,
Shout out
nigga.
Ask the Club. Shout out Ask the Club. And
Shout out the Red Star.
it all depends on the feel, bro. It all depends on how I feel, bro. Like that's really what it boils down to. If I want to go in there and I want to get on some like, fuck everybody's shit, then you could guarantee Henny is coming
Hand
with
dog
me.
is on
You
DZ.
can
Hey.
guarantee. And you know what's crazy is that y'all
Hennessy talking about his enemies.
I'm drinking brown.
You better not.
Listen.
No, Mase.
Yo, you got to. Sipping on the Hennessy, talking to my enemies.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna put it to you like this, man.
The
because
fuck are you talking about?
niggas ain't cut the check yet, so we ain't gonna say no brands. But I sip brown.
Okay.
When I really wanna like, gonna
Get
feel this
your
shit. You know what I'm
copy.
saying? I sip white when I'm feeling good. Like I'm in a groove. You know
That's
what I'm
why we
saying?
sip white here, because we feel good here. at
And
the
you know what's
pod.
so crazy is that I'm sipping brown but I'm so in the groove right now.
Yes, sir.
Yo, the rap
roundtable effect.
Nah, he in the zone. I ain't gonna lie to you. He in the
I'm such
zone.
in the groove right now. This is
Talk
beautiful.
about it.
This is
Mase.
This is the first time. Not the first time, but this is the first time of many. Not even. Pardon. Let me get my shit together. This is the first time in a long time that I've drank brown and I've been on some like, damn, I'm actually
Mellow
chilling.
shit.
Yeah, I'm actually chilling. Like I'm
That's the
vibing right now.
vibe
It's the
over
power
there.
of the force.
It's the energy.
It's table.
It's the energy, man. It's
Sim
it's
felt
the,
it in the
it's the
force.
creative and beautiful energy that
Besito.
all of us have. though.
Give
All my
Besito
brothers
this
here at the
ISO.
table. It's the beautiful
God.
energy that we give to each other, and that's what creates, beautiful things like this interview that's happening right now.
That's
But
a fact.
like I said, if I wanna be on my disrespectful shit, we do brown. If I wanna be on my cool guy shit, we might do white.
Yes, sir.
And if I wanna be on my shit for the ladies, we doing wine and superior weed.
So
Okay.
superior weed.
Superior weed.
That's going on a shirt.
That's my favorite type of
Superior
weed.
weed.
Shirt.
I ain't gonna lie.
We ain't doing no platinum kush. We ain't buying that shit from the bodega.
Superior.
We talking about we gotta go to a fucking
Dini.
spot. We gotta
Keep
talk to
that
somebody
shit
that
out.
knows somebody that knows somebody.
Superior weed. I'm
Keep
here
that
for
shit
it.
out.
Well, hold on. Mase, that shit you trying to get off just now?
Yeah.
Get rid of this guy.
Gotta get the fuck out of here, bro.
Lil Pac love.
Yeah, I mean,
You heard? I had to throw it in
outta
there.
here,
You know,
bro.
he mentioned all eyes on me earlier. We had to do it.
But you know what? The crazy thing is about it is this, man. My whole process is like this. I write sober.
I like it.
I don't write under the
Right.
everything I write is sober. Under the influence just enhances how I need it to be delivered.
Copy.
Say
Stylistic
that.
shit.
Say that.
So it's like
Yeah.
salute to that, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I might have a song that I need to be like, huh! But sober, it's only gonna come out like, huh. You know what I'm saying? But that's how real it is. Word up.
Oh, man.
You need DMX, but you can only push out a little Drake.
It's
Unless
like,
you,
let me tell you, it's so crazy.
PM
'cause-
Dawn
little-
said.
Yes,
Let me tell you.
PM Dawn.
PM
Speaking of PM
Dawn.
Dawn, man, because we kind of been like,
We would throw
Listen,
that
man.
man under the
we meant
bus.
well.
Set Adrift on Memory Bliss. I love that song, bro. Set Adrift
See?
on Memory Bliss.
To each their own.
I love that song.
Sid ain't here for it.
I think, in all honesty, I think that's the only song I know from PM Dawn. I don't even know if bro is still alive, and if he is, I'm sorry.
Facts.
We got
But
we got to
love.
get into that space now where we got to start wrapping things up here.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Mace, you promised the people the new segment.
Yes, sir.
No longer the voice of the young people,
No longer
the voice of the
He the voice.
industry.
Voice of the industry, man.
Masito.
My God.
I
Shout
like
to
that.
you for that, Joe.
like
That's
bro.
tough.
Can we just talk real quick? Mace is kind of gleaming right now.
Hey,
like
hey,
on
man.
the
Nigga, I see
What's
you
going
shining,
on
nigga.
here, man?
When they hold a dollar, bro.
When the rapper come in, you gotta act a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
You look like Uncle Ice. I see you shining, nigga.
You gotta, shout to you for
Gold
that,
all on my
Joe.
neck.
No Uncle Ices. No Uncle
Gold
Ices.
all about
Watch.
this.
Shout to Sin for this fucking crazy ass beat.
Fire.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
Sin,
Shout
this
to you,
beat is-
Dini, for being back.
Right.
I'm here, baby.
And shout
My
to
God.
Ace, because I got kicked out of Western House, too.
Oh,
you know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Oh,
But
man.
we going to get into this voice.
Fucking Western
real
House.
quick.
Yo, Miss DeLuise, man. If you watch this now, eat your fucking heart out. You heard?
Yes, sir. So for
Bro.
for this
Bro,
debut
kick me
segment, I said I might get into the fake independence versus real independence. Jaws sent me a crazy article that I want to get into. We're going to get into later. You know what I mean? But something kind of struck me. I want to get into how the music business is profiting from artists' death. That's what I want to get into off my debut joint. You know what I mean?
Wow, bro.
New Mace,
That's crazy,
new Mace,
bro.
new Mace.
Wow.
It was inspired by George Chidi, journalist, political commentator. He focuses on hip hop. He tweeted something asking Atlanta rap artists to look at their contracts and look at the life insurance policies. Look at that, right? And so that got me to thinking. You know what I mean? I did a little research. I wanted to
Contract is crazy.
life insurance on the contract.
Let's continue.
Right,
Yes.
right. So I did a little research, you know what I mean? I wanted to find out what the fuck was going on behind these numbers. That was a little bit too alarming for me. You know what I mean? So forgive me. I'm about to throw a little bit of numbers at you. Sin is gonna make it look nice on the graphics when y'all get to see it. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna break it down like this, right?
Oh, fuck out of here. You don't get
Your average record label
Extra work
will
for me.
signs that your average record label signs 100 artists, right?
Get the fuck out of here.
Let's say the average contract is worth about $100K, right? So let's say 75 of those artists fail, right? 20 break even, right? 4 do well, and you have 1 superstar. Okay? So you've invested between them guys about $10 million. You know what I mean? You're making a $12 million, profit margin. That's the actual profit margin that Sony, Universal, and Warner work on. 20%. They feel like they've succeeded if they made a 20% profit margin. You know what I mean? So you look at it as, okay, now you think about these artists are being signed at $100K a pop, right? But nowadays, what they don't tell you is that each artist has an average $12 million life insurance policy. Okay? So, right, Dan. So, it's been rumored, and this is the alleged part here. It's been rumored that a lot of record labels have been working with death prediction groups, right? So, I'm telling you. So the idea is
only in hip hop.
It originated out in Chicago, right? There's out in DePaul University, where they basically put together something where you can predict to a 1 in 11 chance how whether you will die or not. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. This is big money, and a lot of shit is at stake. So this is the type of shit they doing. You know what I mean? So ultimately, what I'm saying is that at all times, an artist with a certain edge. That's been all hip hop, right? They always wanted the artist with a certain edge. You know what I mean? So
push the envelope.
When you think about how many artists out of Chicago and Atlanta and in New York, you got only drill artists getting signed nowadays, right? So you got to think about why these artists dying at the rates they are. 1017, Gucci Mane. Will you look at, if you really look at the roster, Fujiano, Pooh Shiesty, Coach the Ghost out of New York, all locked up, dead or in jail, bro. Big Scar just died. You know what I mean? So you got to look at.
But that was a drug related,
right?
And then where does that cash go when these niggas die?
Right. And so when you look at the numbers I broke down to you about R.I.P. Big Scar,
very respectful.
And so when you look at the numbers about how each artist contract breaks down and the fact that there are $12 million life insurance policies being taken out on every single artist, I want y'all to think about that. When you say why are artists, what's that?
The life insurance policy is valued higher than the actual contract you're signing the
You're
artist.
worth more than dead, nigga.
Yes.
You're worth more dead than alive.
And that's not even counting, your streams gonna boost if you die.
200%.
They gonna drop a posthumous album about you. You know what I mean?
With Nipsey.
Pop Smoke was the highest album.
Crazy.
12 million on the life insurance.
Why you got 100 mil on the deal? I mean 100,000 on the deal.
Right.
Iced out chains, a nice car, and
Yes,
then we got
sir.
you forever.
Get you a lawyer.
About 50K in the chain. That's it.
Bro.
So consumers, when you look at it, you say, why is this music being pushed? Why are these artists being signed? I want you to think about those numbers. And artists, when you sign those contracts, I want you to think about those numbers too. And that's the debut, topic of the voice, guys. That's how I want to open up.
Nobody.
I salute you 100% because that very subject that you touched on is why you the voice.
Appreciate you,
100%.
brother.
Voice,
Salute you
nigga.
for that,
Appreciate
bro.
you, man.
That's
Real
great.
talk.
That's
That's sad.
that's very
Hold back
educational.
that
That's
sale.
sad.
I hope
shit
y'all
to
paying
hear,
attention, man. That was definitely some
Hold
real
back
shit.
the turn, for real.
So we do a segment here where we tap in with the people who comment on our videos on YouTube, and we call it the mailbag. So we're gonna get into the mailbag segment right here. So one of the topics is from a person who's tapped into the show, subscriber Hassan Sykes.
Shout out Hassan Sykes.
Shout out.
Shout out.
He gets at us sometimes. He shows love some other times. He's a real fan.
Check my music out, Hassan, please.
Sir.
I expect him to.
Make sure you do.
He says that y'all haven't addressed Jay saying he's better than Big. Is that Jay paying homage then? Or is that Jay being overzealous and disrespecting his so-called dead homie? So, I promised Hassan Sykes that I would address this whole thing about Jay saying he's better than Big. And I'm going to do the overarching route by saying that if you can find the publication, if you can find the song, if you can find the video where Jay-Z vehemently says that he's better than Big,
Right.
I will give you an oatmeal raisin cookie, a chocolate chip cookie, a white chip macadamia
famous Amos
butter
cookie,
crunch.
Famous Amos and all that.
famous Amos drink.
The chocolate,
Get you a Lorna Doom, my boy.
The man
Shortbread.
said, and if I ain't better than Big, I'm the closest one. So Jay has never once said it flat out, I'm better than Big. He's saying that if there's an argument to be had about who's better, there's no one better than me at being better than Big. He's the closest one to Big. So therefore, Biggie is what? The standard.
Pinnacle.
So when
1A,
y'all
1B.
exactly. So if you y'all especially some of y'all hip hop fans who like to twist words, he never said he was better than Biggie Smalls.
Hip-hop fans.
Reportedly, Biggie said, again, reportedly, allegedly,
According
Biggie
to Lil
said
C's.
himself, according to Little C's, thank you, that Jay-Z was better than him.
I mean, what's
That
his
was
name?
Biggie's
What
words.
was the name of the producer? You know I'm bad with
Clark
names.
Kent.
Clark Kent said
Clark
it too.
Kent,
That Big
yeah.
said that. Ace, you was about to say something.
No, I was gonna say hip hop fans. They're just the best people ever.
A little fickle, but they're the
Real
waves.
talk, right?
Reggie
Special type
Noble.
of folks.
There's good and bad that comes with everything.
Oh, trust me.
Shout out to Reggie.
Well,
man.
if you have a second, if it's slow one day for you, go on YouTube, go to our page, and just read our comment section, and you will see.
Just jump in that rabbit hole. Just jump in that rabbit hole. real quick.
It's salacious, bro.
Yeah,
Entertainment.
It get wild, man.
Chef
Reggie
Kidd.
Shout out to the
Noble
Nasirians.
said that Biggie and Jay were only friends for 2 years, if that. LOL. Sincere rap
Reggie
star.
Noble.
Not the Reggie Noble.
Not Redman.
No.
I'm like,
Reggie
what
Nobles.
the fuck is Red
Right.
talking about? I'm like,
Is it-
Hey, so, yeah,
shut up, Redman.
So you was there? You was in school with him?
He was there.
What class you had with him?
Shit.
Yo,
Any
Reggie.
science?
Yo, Reggie.
Drama.
I went to Westerhouse, Reggie. You heard, Reggie? I
Earth
went to
science?
Westerhouse, Reggie. Fuck is you
Biology.
What type of shit is that?
So
Because
what if they
Big
were friends
died?
for 2 years? Sometimes you
I'm
could,
just saying, the goal to these are years that are undocumented to anybody. You know what I mean? So to just say they only knew each other for 2 years,
Everyone got
and at that, you don't know what those 2 years was like.
Right.
Were you there? Do
Could've
you
been
know what type
close-knit.
of bond they
put it
formed?
this way. Ace talked about when he first met Rome Streets, how they connected on a specific level.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I don't need to be friends with you 10 years to know that, you know what? I fuck with this dude.
Right.
He see the game the same way I see the game. And sometimes when y'all are like-minded, it expedites the level of friendship. So it's like to say it's 2 years, so what? If Big seen a kindred spirit in Jay-Z as a nigga who's trying to get it out of Bed-Stuy, make a way, get to the bag, and build an empire, you don't need to be friends 10 years for that.
2 years could feel like 5 if you really.
You
fuck
know,
with
you know how I
somebody,
see it. You know how I see it. It's like Jay-Z and Memphis Bleek's record coming of age.
Talk about it.
Big was Jay. Jay was Memphis.
Yeah.
G I ride
Coming
with
of
you for
age.
free.
It's self-explanatory. Coming of age.
Right.
Pause on the coming because I don't want the comments going fucking crazy right now.
It gets
Chill the
hectic.
fuck
It gets
out.
hectic.
They get like that.
But it's like, bro,
We do too.
you can't discredit Big for what he did, man. But on the same token, you can't discredit Jay for what
It's
he
a
did.
lot of that on there.
It's a lot of discrediting,
A lot of J hate on R,
discrediting
man.
of Jay.
I feel like people, and yo, with all due respect, 100% respect, I feel like people tend to give more to the dead than they do to give to the living.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Worth more.
So it's like it's
sadly.
unfortunate that you're not here no more, but you can't take away from the greatness that the man is presenting now, still
Right.
being here.
That's a
Right.
fact.
Like, come on, bro. Like if you're doing that, then you're being one-minded. You know, you're not one-minded,
This-
one-sided.
this
You're not being
disingenuous,
universal.
yeah.
You're just like, oh, well, he died, so we got to give him that. Why?
Myopic.
And that's
Right.
all respect due to the Notorious B.I.G. Because, bro,
In our last
I love you, Big. You know what I'm saying? But I love Jay too. And niggas need to really start like giving the true appreciation and true honor and respect to the artists,
For the
even
dead
if
and the
they
living.
still here or past. But those
Right.
that are still here to still be here to come on, bro.
folks are more fast to call him a devil worshiper and a Satanist.
They're more to
I've
say.
seen it in the
They're more to
comments.
say, oh, he's Illuminati,
Right.
rather than being like, yo, bro, did you listen to Reason?
The
Did you
check-
ever listen to Reasonable Doubt?
Checkerboard floors and all
You know
that.
what I'm
Pray to
saying?
God. I pray
And,
to
and
God.
even if
Okay.
even if it is a thing, the energy you take to lead us to that shit, the dude did it with rapping. Who else?
Flawless rapper.
I just found out recently checkerboard floors is apparently Illuminati.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wow.
Checkerboard floors is Illuminati. Bro,
Ace, don't say nothing, Ace. Don't say nothing. Don't say it.
The next
Nah, we gotta move on. I'm sorry.
We're gonna
I'm sorry I
keep
even
the
brought
next
it up.
mailbag, man.
I
Jerry
shouldn't have even brought
McCoy,
it up.
our last entry for this episode. He says, P as in Styles P talking about our Bob D versus Locks, who's greater, who's better conversation we had last episode. He said P had a strong 3 to 4 years. Then he started dipping lyrically around the he's talking about Prodigy, my fault. Kiss and Styles never dipped, but Mobb Deep got 3 classes back to back, and they made Shook Ones, which is the hardest New York song in the 90s.
Facts.
If you want to add to that,
keep going.
that's the entry. So do you agree that P had a 3 to 4 year window where he was dope before he fell off, or do you think
Prodigy?
that Prodigy?
Prodigy never fell off. Okay. First and foremost, Prodigy never fell off. And those that feel like he did need to show me respect.
I'm sorry, I gotta show him some respect.
Bro, Prodigy never fell off, bro.
A lot of people didn't dig the Infamy album the way.
Bro, it's beyond
I thought it was
the
fire.
music, bro. It's beyond the music, bro. If niggas watch the video of Prodigy in his Porsche, I'm not even gonna get into that.
Oh yeah.
That'll let you already
Talking that
know
real
where that
shit.
man mind is at, bro.
Facts.
Like, come on, what?
It's
Well, because
funny.
I don't put out an album, it takes away from who I am as a man, and
it's-
takes away from how smart my mind is and what I'm really
It's
informed on.
I came into tonight like because I was gonna ask you about Prodigy, but then I went to other questions. But I was like, yo, I feel like Prodigy is like, you know, like a heavy influence on you, like a heavy presence for you. You know,
I got a track called Just Because. I swear to my mother, bro, if I put that shit on, you thought it was Prodigy back.
You know what it is? I think Prodigy's lyricism never fell off, but his delivery as he got older. The Prodigy from 95, 96 is not the Prodigy from
That
the
old
2000s.
pocket. Yeah.
Prodigy, I just appreciate just the realism behind him, bro.
Yeah.
It's
all
like,
times.
Super cinematic.
it's no fake shit, bro. It's nothing fake
Throw
about this
TV
nigga,
at you
bro.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm fly, I'm fly. When I'm fucked, I'm fucked. He gave you.
That nigga depicted violence in a very
Beautiful.
eloquent way.
Beautiful
Bro,
way.
pay attention to the
Punch
crime
you
rhyme
in your
Houdini
nose,
P.
stab your brain with your nose
Nose
bones.
bones.
And musically,
Hey,
Hey, you know who that record is aimed at, right?
Talk to me.
Who?
You don't know who that record's about?
Nah, go ahead.
Son, Keep It Thorough is a Jay-Z diss.
That bar was from Shook Ones.
Shook One.
Oh, that
Keep it
part,
throw.
yes,
Keep
right.
it throw.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah, we know
throw
about
TV
yeah.
at you crazy.
Keep It
Yeah,
Thorough
yeah.
is definitely a Jay-Z
P,
diss.
you
man.
crazy.
Much respect to Jay-Z.
Nah, but
Listen,
fuck
we
you,
love that,
pay
but
me.
that was our
Yeah,
honestly
that's lore.
for me. 2002 is my favorite time in rap. The competitiveness, the beefs,
Yo.
the battles. It don't get no better for me personally than
Great
all these
music.
guys in their primes throwing bars at each other.
And
And
it
make
kinda
great
like-
music within
Fact,
it too.
that's a fact.
It kind of like stepped up to the line, but like never crossed
Right.
it. You know what I mean?
It was kind of like the
Yo,
01
but you know
playoffs.
what?
You had Ray Allen, Ivo,
Gunnin.
Kobe, V.
You know what?
Carter. It didn't get no
T-Mac.
better.
Live. Yeah.
Let me tell you like this, though. Man. It's soon to get back to that.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I hope
If
so.
I'm telling you, it's soon to get that
Well,
competitiveness, bro.
Because
Matter of
people are
fact, I'm
pushing
putting,
their pen again.
I'm putting in the air right now, bro. None of you niggas can go toe to toe in a freestyle with me.
Oh,
Talk about it.
I like that.
And I'm willing to put whatever niggas want to put on there.
That's the energy right there.
energy.
None of you niggas, bro. And if you feel like I'm talking to you, you know I'm talking.
Yes, sir.
None of these niggas
Yes,
can go
sir.
freestyle. You can sit in your room for 2 months and write the best fucking rap, nigga. But let's go how your mind feeling right now.
Energy,
What you
bro.
thinking about? What you talking about?
Talk about it.
Niggas
Talk
know.
about it.
Sin, what you got lined up for us, dog?
My brother Rome,
Shout out to Rome
he
Streets.
witnessed it,
Shout
bro,
to Rome.
on many niggas' accounts. Just the other day, he witnessed it.
Again, we told
We
you.
gon'
Unsolicited cosign. We in the spot. Chinatown Sound.
So,
we telling
On the-
hey,
on the rooftop.
Rome just said, yo, listen
shout
to
out
his
Chinatown
mixtape.
Sound too. And you know what's crazy too? Not saying what's crazy, but I just thought about right now when we thought about like when you was mentioning like Nicki Minaj as far as like being able to compete back then. China Streets would 100% be able to compete back then in the
Yeah,
90s.
Shout out to China.
100%.
Givenchy Shark boots ain't made for walking.
Fucking ill.
Shout
bro.
out to China
I love her
Streets.
shit, bro. She's fucking
Yeah.
ill.
So now
She's thorough just like a nigga, bro. I love her,
Yeah.
bro.
I went
Sweetheart, man.
uptown.
shouts to Sha.
I scooped Sincere.
Aha.
I took him to Ocean Hill / Brownsville. We in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? But when Sin looked around, he was like, there's some people who don't belong here and they fucking up the vibe.
There's one person that don't.
And particularly because they fucking the vibe up, they need to
Get off my lawn.
get off Sincere's lawn, please.
Get the fuck off the lawn, man.
Quick and easy, man. There's one person that needs to get off my lawn for this episode. Macklemore.
Oh.
Wow.
What?
That's crazy.
Cosign.
Wow, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Listen, and y'all might think,
That's the nigga going up on a Tuesday? That's that nigga?
no,
That's Mac Honan.
Nah, I ain't gonna front. Macklemore had the clubs in a chokehold in 2012. That song had every spot shut down in 2012.
not McConan.
On a Tuesday.
But
Drake,
Macklemore.
one of
That was
Drake's
a
best. Drake had a fire verse. Squad going. That shit was fire.
Not the guy going
song.
up on a
It's a good song.
Tuesday. The guy that was thrift shopping back in 2011.
He from Ocean Hill?
The nigga that stole
Macklemore from Ocean Hill?
Nah, but
The
we
nigga
on
that-
Ocean Hill right now. That's how we set the tone for the Lord. We on your block right now.
That nigga ain't from my block.
The nigga
That
that stole a
man-
Grammy from
We ain't
Kendrick.
thrift
whole
shopping,
Grammy,
none of
I
that.
think Mac
Kendrick
from
and a few
Seattle.
Respect to that,
others.
but no.
But y'all might think that I'm still mad at him about the 2012
snub.
Grammys and Kendrick losing out to him, getting snubbed, which I am a little bit. But yeah, it's been a good 10 years,
It's been a while.
right? And so I'm finally, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, trying to let go of my grudges. I'm like, all right, Michael Moore might be cool with me. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a good 10 years. Kendrick's dropped like another 3-4 albums, 5 albums, whatever, right? And so, this ain't come fucking me up. Y'all need to get off my lawn too,
It's the
right
Migos.
now. Quick.
It's the Migos.
But
Shit.
no, the reason Macklemore needs to get off my lawn is because he literally just dropped a new song. And I dropped it in the group chat. I don't know how many of y'all tapped into
I
it.
didn't.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. I even hit the play.
Which is understandable. But I dropped it with the like grimace cringy face because like the shit was cringy, bro. And the
What was
thing
it
that
about?
listen, the thing that
Chopping
gets
that sax now?
here's the thing. The thing that gets me most upset is that DJ Premier is involved with it.
Oh,
And I don't know.
The
I don't
nigga
know.
y'all want to produce Nas. Okay.
I don't know if he provided the beat or just the scratches, because sometimes he does just the scratches, and the
That's
song
his
says
aesthetic.
featuring DJ Premier. So when it says featuring DJ Premier, sometimes it's scratches. But still in all, this fucking song is hot fucking garbage,
I bet.
trash,
Fuego Basura.
and not because of the beat or
Oh,
because of the
man.
flow, but because Macklemore dropped some of the cringiest fucking shit I've heard since fucking 2012 when he won that bullshit ass Grammy. I'm gonna read some of these bars, bro, and I need
gonna
this
pop some
motherfucker
tags.
reading bars. I need this, no, because I need this
Only
motherfucker.
got $20 in my
read
pocket.
the room. I needed him to read in the room. He said he was 7. He heard NWA in the street from my older neighbor who was playing "Fuck the Police." 11, writing graffiti. 15, I'm selling weed. By 16, I had an MPC. It was hip hop's fault that I wanted to grow up, sell drugs, smoke, drink, mad dog, and fuck.
Wow.
And it goes on.
Did
And
the CIA said this thing?
The thing is that, like, from his perspective, I could see how in his mind he's talking about how hip hop influenced him and how he felt
That's
he
Asian
loved
boys.
hip hop.
Yeah,
But this shit, right? Like, you talk about how he wanted to perm his hair like DJ Quick. Like, bro, read the fucking room. We don't want none of these gentrifier bars, bro. None of these colonizer bars, bro. Take your
dead.
colonizer bars, your gentrifier shit, get the fuck off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
OG Harlow.
Joe about to
Jesus
finish it up.
Christ.
If you still Grammys,
Get
Yeah.
off my lawn.
Yeah.
You
if
telling me
blame
this nigga won against Kendrick?
Get off my lawn.
He want that, bro.
Smoked them for it.
if you
Kendrick,
rhyming and blaming hip hop
Kanye.
for the wrong shit,
Get off my lawn.
Money is a
And quite
motherfucker.
frankly, if your bars are whack and you're somewhere up the block from the dude who made Megan Thee Stallion look crazy laying in the bed with her,
Wow.
Get off my lawn.
get the fuck out of here, Macklemore. Anyway,
Shout out to Macklemore. If you want to do a track, I'm with it. Let's
yeah, this has nothing to do with it.
Let's get some money. I'm
This
with
is
it.
the rap roundtable smoke, man.
Hey, this is the rap round table, but I'm Ace Cell, man. I fucking
Listen,
shoot, bro. Let's get
go
some
back
money.
to the fucking thrift shop and take them bars there and sell them
We
shit.
gonna have to do more than $20 though, man. Word up. I don't
Knock
get
it off, Primo.
This ain't the
Discount
thrift. This ain't the thrift shop
Ace,
there with
Ace, doing that fucking song with him and putting your scratches on there.
Get off my lawn.
Anyway,
me. I don't think that is.
Ace Cell, you have been arguably the best interview we've had
Real talk.
at the Rap Round
Yeah.
Table.
Nah,
Right?
Stop playing, man. My nigga Rome was up here, man. Come on, man.
Arguably. That's like I leave a little wriggle room.
China was up here too.
You know what I'm saying?
Great guest.
You heard them
Shout out
niggas.
to
I was
China.
the best. You heard them.
So,
Dope interview, man.
Rome, China, ASSL, the Holy Trinity.
of course,
Yo,
Massive
that's
shit.
my brother and that's
This
my
man
sister.
is a star.
Real life.
I'm gonna let y'all
what I
know.
like to do right now for the people who don't follow you on the socials, let them know where they can find you on all platforms that you're located on.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I would Ace Boone 718 on Instagram. I don't do Twitter. I don't do none of that other shit, bro. You want to talk to me on Twitter. And yeah, that's how it is. A as in apple, C as in carrot, E as in energy, B as in banana, O as in octagon, O as in octagon, N as in negative, 7 as in the number 7, 4 plus 3, 1 as in 1, and 8 as in 4 plus 4. Ace Boone 718 Instagram.
sir.
That's definitely how you get in contact with me.
I
Other
got
than
it.
that,
Write all that down, bro.
I don't do all that Twitter and all that shit.
And as for peace of mind, do you have a target date for that? No pressure. If you don't got it.
Roundabout.
Ace, give us
Me
a
and my
scoop, bro.
partners are thinking
So we know where to keep the lookout.
the middle of February.
Okay. Also on the way.
Ah, we
Oh,
on
yeah.
that.
I was thinking like April, May.
We on that. February.
We moving in after that.
We need that.
After that, I'm personally doing like another tape. It's gonna be called Y2 Ace.
Okay.
Where I'm rapping on nothing but 2,000 beats.
Oh, dope.
Man,
I'm fucking
Ace.
I'm melting them shit.
Ace
setting the
going
tone.
for it this year.
Y2
Ace.
Ace, and then after that, it's so much shit in the works, man. It's like, you know, I'm around so many just beautiful people, and it's just live shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Ace Cell, and aside from Ace Cell, look out for my nigga Plaza. Look out for DRS,
Shout out to
the
Plaza.
Fine Rhyme Syndicate. You know what I'm saying? Look out for my nigga Grand IL. Look out for my nigga Merce, my nigga Air Max, my nigga Turk, my nigga Rome, my nigga Rim, my nigga Eddie Kane, my nigga Ox Omni, my nigga Emilio, all my niggas, man. Hey, y'all niggas know who y'all are, bro. It's a heavy unit out here, man. You know what I'm
Sir,
saying?
y'all
For real.
boys,
It's-
Y'all
it's-
need to fuck
Shout out to
my
homie who
beats.
came in the
It's a-
studio.
That's my
Big
nigga
homie,
Turk. That's
boy.
my
Turk, what
that's
up?
my
What
nigga
up?
Turk right there.
Turk be at all the
Shout out to
events.
That's
Turk.
my brother Turk right
be at
there.
all
Word
the
up.
I see Turk everywhere.
And let me tell you something. And Turk is a superior. When I say superior, I mean it's superior wordsmith.
Say less.
Heavy
We gonna have
lyricist,
to
man.
figure that out.
Talk
Heavy
about
and
it.
and
Let's
on top of that, my man has so many things going on for himself. As far as we talking about restaurants, you know what I'm talking about? We talking about music.
Kind
We
of
talking,
hungry right now.
we like, bro.
Right.
My man is multifaceted. He's an all around motherfucking machine,
You gotta
bro.
keep good company.
That's
Ace,
it, bro.
we
You gotta
appreciate
keep those
coming
around
on the
you,
round
bro.
table, bro. We appreciate the energy. Feel free to come on.
Crazy.
Anytime you in an area, you want to just come chop it up with us.
That's a
Fuck
fact.
with us.
This table is open to you.
That's a fact. That's
We
a
got
fact.
we got to wrap it up. Walter,
sir.
we appreciate as always. We appreciate
Walter,
you
you've been the
putting
best.
Walt,
man.
shit.
Oh, you've been the best, bro.
Manu Ginobili.
Pause.
You've been the best, man.
Deanie, I had to close the show the last time, but it felt
You
weird.
did great though. You did great.
You know what I'm saying? But this is your job.
This is what I do.
Take us home, bro.
Yo, shout out to Turk in the building, man. We appreciate you.
Shout
I
out.
literally see this man at
Turk goes
every
grill,
event.
baby. You heard?
So shout out to that man for showing up. Walt, man.
We're
We know
outside.
Mrs. Walt probably hates the guts of the whole team, but
all
let
right.
her know we
Don't
got you
project
here in
none of
good
that out,
spirit.
We love
He
you,
loves
boy.
us.
We love you.
It's all love, baby.
Shout out to Masito, no longer the voice of the young people, just the voice giving you this industry shit.
Like,
Letting
voice
y'all
of the
niggas
industry
know-
right there.
Let
yeah.
y'all niggas know how the inner workings of this whole shit go. Ace
Wicked
fucking
out
a
there.
cell, man.
sir, man.
It's
Ace
been a
is cell,
pleasure,
man.
brother. It's been a pleasure.
Shout out to
Adolescent
Ace.
criminal
You-
entertainment, steady leading.
My nigga. Y'all hear the production. Y'all hear the production. I freestyle to these beats
Shout
in
out
my
to
head all the
Sincere,
goddamn
baby.
time because these shits are fucking amazing. Shout out to Sincere. Point guard, running plays, keeping the offense under control.
My guy.
Locking it in. I'm Deanie, the balance of the force, America's favorite fat guy.
The
Yo,
motherfucking
yes, sir.
balance.
we are the Rap Round Table, and we fucking out it.
Heroes. The heroes in me.
Salud, y'all.
Nice. Salud.